treatment you need and care you deserve.
Won the brand.
I listen to y'all all day long.
The only station I listen to.
It's my BFF.
Being an Allo customer just got even better. 3 times better, in fact. We've tripled our standard internet speed from 100 to 300 megs at no additional cost to you. This isn't one of those limited time offers that will melt away either. 3 times the streaming, 3 times the gaming, 3 times the uploading, all for the same price. Why? Because we love our customers. Allo, no gimmicks, no limits, no kidding, and still no contracts.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Passes on the season for 1,116 yards, 9 touchdowns, with wideout Mason Heemstra making more than half of the catches to the tune of 592 yards and 6 TDs. The Scottsbluff rushing attack has been a staple again this year, with sprinter Chris Busby toting the pig for 814 yards and 12 touchdowns. Busby has been held under 100 yards in a game only once this season. Quarterback Sebastian Harsh balances the attack with 6 TD passes, 4 of them to Keegan Reif-Snyder. On the injury front, both teams have a starter out. Ace running back Kyson Harris of Alliance might be back next week for their game in Lexington, while starting defensive lineman Jordan Hort for Scottsbluff hasn't bounced back from an ankle injury as quickly as expected, and Coach Benson's a believer in if you don't practice, you don't play. Joe Benson is in his 12th year as head coach, 30th year overall for Scottsbluff, and Chris Seabaum is in his 4th year as head man with Alliance. Interviews coming up with both coaches by Chris Cottrell next, so stay with us. I'm Chuck Swartz with you on 101.7.
This is Jane. She thinks she's just filling her car, but she's also filling the air with cancer-causing toxic chemicals used to boost octane in gas. What doesn't burn in the engine enters the air and your lungs, even your heart and brain. Bad for everyone, especially kids. Ethanol is a natural octane booster, clean burning and non-toxic. More ethanol means less scary stuff in our gas and in the air we breathe. And that makes your choice pretty plain, Jane.
For locations near you, go to huskerfuel.com.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
What are you waiting for? A 6-year limited powertrain warranty? Savings on performance-matched implements? 0% APR financing for up to 5 years. Head down to your local Kubota dealer before September 30th and take advantage of this incredible offer on the BX Series, America's best-selling subcompact tractor. Kubota. This is what we do.
Come into Sandberg Implement, your local Kubota dealer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
Back on the pregame show tonight here on KNEB.TV and also 101.7 The Trail as we get set for Week 8. Hard to believe Week 8 to the high school football season. Scottsbluff on the road tonight at Alliance. Let's catch up with Alliance head football coach Chris Seabaum. And, Coach, before we get to tonight's matchup, let's go back to last week. We spoke earlier in the week, and you said regardless of what sort of injury you had in the backfield, you guys were going to come out and run the football, and you did exactly that. One carry coming into the year for Jace Bauer, Coach, and he goes off for well over 103 touchdowns, and he looked great.
Yeah, I was really impressed with his vision. I mean, he didn't have a lot of varsity reps, and when holes were clogged up, he was bouncing good, and even when he got through the holes, he was able to find open space and make guys miss. So I was very impressed with Jaden and very proud of him. I think he made the most of the opportunity that he was given. He's worked hard, all off season, and so I was really happy for him.
Eric Folkert, another hard runner, maybe not as many carries on a week-to-week basis, but there at your fullback spot, and he hits some quick hitters, and he's tough to bring down.
Yeah, he runs with his shoulders over his hips and over his knees, and he does a great job running, and he's more of our blocking guy, and I was glad to see him get a couple touchdowns because he's been sacrificing his body for a lot of weeks now for the tailbacks.
Mason Heemstra, talk a little bit about this guy. Maybe it's just me, but it looks like he has really big hands when he's flashing across the middle, and he just snags those balls, and then he gets to top speed pretty quickly. Man, he's a dynamite kid on the outside.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was short as a freshman, and he could palm a basketball as a freshman, so he does have big hands, trust me, and good speed too. And, I think Trevor's doing a good job getting him the ball, but, yeah, he's got quick feet, and he's athletic, and he's definitely an asset for us out there on the edge.
You wound up with a big win. Boy, it seemed like you guys came with a real good focus, and I guess when you're fighting for a playoff spot this time of year, you better be focused every Friday night, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we got to continue to improve. We have Bluffs coming in, obviously, on Friday, and so we were just continuing to work on what we needed to work on, and again, I was very proud of how our kids played.
Yeah, 2 games left. You guys sitting in a pretty good spot right now for postseason play. I'm curious what you're going to say. Every opposing coach so far that I've talked to kind of leads with the same thing about Scottsbluff. Man, this looks like one of the best or the best team we've seen from Scottsbluff on film. Do you feel that way when you're watching them?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's hard to argue with an unbeaten record, and Busby's running the ball tremendously. They're passing the ball well. Obviously, Garrett Nelson doesn't need any talking about because he's obviously a tremendous player, and I tell you, Coach Benson's done a great job coaching those guys, and his defense gets better and more complicated every year. I've spent most of the week just trying to figure out his blitz packages, and so he's really creative, and we know we're going to have our hands full, and we got to play well.
One thing's for sure. You guys have come up with some pretty solid performances in some spots at times. I just think back to the game 2 years ago at Scottsbluff when you guys came in as an underdog, and I know you had some really good kids, but on any given Friday night, if a team's well prepared, come out, get off to a good start, and make some plays, you just never know. And you do have some talented kids. Where do you think it all starts for you guys as far as trying to find a weakness that you can exploit on this Scottsbluff team?
Well, we got to prevent their big plays. They kind of wear you down on offense. you think you get him stuffed, and all of a sudden, running back breaks through and he's gone. So we really got to stop those big plays from happening. If we can make them, work their way hard for a touchdown, 2 yards, 3 yards of carry, and draw the game out like that, I think we're going to have a shot. If we give up too many big plays, and then it's going to get away from us. So our guys know that, and obviously we got to move the ball on offense and keep our defense off the field as much as possible. And so, we've been seeing the same offense for a number of years. There's always a different wrinkle that Coach Hall puts in every year, but we know what we have to do, and we've seen it on film. If they get big plays, the game's going to be over.
Yeah, for you guys offensively, it seems like if anyone, forget you guys, anybody's going to have success against this type of defense with this much talent. You've got to be able to run it and pass it a little bit to keep them off balance. And with what you guys bring to the table, I think you at least have some of those capabilities to do both.
Yeah, I think this year we're a lot more balanced, kind of like we were a couple of years ago when we do have a pass threat, and we do have a run threat too. So at least they have to honor both. And I think again their blitz packages, their middle linebackers are fast. I told our kids that, so we got to make sure we pick up. And Coach Benson blitzes those guys a ton, so we have to pick those guys up. We have to be aware of Garrett Nelson on the edge, and he'll stand up guys and run twist stunts, boot stunts, and so we're definitely going to see way more from an opposing defense than we ever have this whole season. And so a lot of that preparation this week is going to go on trying to defend their blitz packages.
Wrapping up with Alliance head football coach Chris Seabaum. Coach, got to imagine the difference from one year to the next. This time last year, you guys are sitting at 0-7, and I'm guessing you're just trying to figure out how to get the guys motivated at practice to get through the final couple of weeks and have a good showing. This year, you're trying to get set for a playoff appearance and have a good week this week leading into week 9 next week. Boy, the ability to see the sparkle in kids' eyes and things like that, knowing playoff football could be upon you, has got to be pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And our guys fought hard all last year, and a lot of the guys that are playing this year were playing last year. And I knew they'd fight hard the whole game. It's just now we're not fighting for a win. We're fighting, like you said, for a playoff position. And so it's definitely a lot of extra motivation going into it. Our guys have worked hard all year, all off season, and I think where we're at right now, where we're sitting, is a credit to them and their hard work.
Chris Seabaum from Alliance. Coach, as always, appreciate the time, regardless of how things turn out for you tonight. Wish you the best of luck in week 9, and maybe we'll chat before things get rolling in the postseason. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
And we'll come back.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting, though, that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Have you heard the exciting news? Western Nebraska Regional Airport will be offering flights with United Airlines operated by SkyWest beginning January 30th, 2018. What's even better? You'll get to earn and use your United points. Reservations with United are now available. Plus, all United miles can be earned and redeemed with all flights. While you're at Western Nebraska Regional Airport, grab a bite to eat at the Flight Deck restaurant. Plus, Hearst Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. So make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Back on KNEB as the high school football pregame show continues here tonight on 101.7 The Trail and KNEB.TV. Visited earlier with Alliance head football coach Chris Seabaum. Now time to get to Scottsbluff's head man Joe Benson. Coach, first and foremost, thanks a lot for the time once again. We'll get to tonight's game here shortly, but let's rewind to last Friday night, a road trip to Lexington. You guys get off the bus. How'd you think you played?
You know, I thought we played really good defensively. Offensively, I thought we had spurts where we played well. I think Coach Hall would tell you he wasn't real pleased with the way we blocked. Special teams were really good, so we were pleased. It's tough to go on the road, and I thought Lexington had an outstanding plan for us. They reminded me of Sterling. They played super hard. They were gunning for bear, and their schemes confused us for a little while.
You know, I'm curious what it's like trying to get your team prepared in this stretch of games where maybe you guys have been out-talenting your opponent. How do you handle getting through that work week, keeping the guys focused and keeping everybody's eyes on the prize, the big things, the big goals you guys have set for this season? How do you manage that when you're going through a part of the schedule that might not match up with what you guys bring to the table?
Well, you know, we've concentrated the last 5 or 6 weeks on just taking care of Scottsbluff and seeing how well we can prepare for these games, and we've done that again this week. I think if you do that any week, you're going to be in good shape.
Obviously, it helps to have a veteran coaching staff around you, and you have exactly that. I know we've talked about them in years past, but I don't think we've touched on these guys, you and I, this year. I've talked to Coach Deaver and Coach Moran, but there's two guys that you've been with for a long time. You've got some of the younger blood as well as your main coordinators with Judd Hall on the offensive side and Jake McClain defensively. So you've got some youth, you've got some vets, you've kind of got all of it meshed together. How good is this staff you've got?
I couldn't imagine a better staff in the state of Nebraska. I really couldn't. You got experience, you've got a wealth of knowledge, and the thing that I like the most, I always tell the parents, because a lot of the parents don't know these kids, and the community doesn't know them, but their character and integrity is top notch. And to me, that's even more important than their knowledge. And another thing, I think it not only with the young blood, they've unbelievable coaching talent, our young guys, Judd and Jake and Ben. It helps to have some old sage along with that. I think that's a nice mix.
Yeah, and if you folks have never been to a Scottsbluff practice, and most haven't, you just get a sense that the players interact well with these guys as far as the coaches go, and they interact well back with them. It's just a real tight-knit group, and that leads to big things throughout a season.
Well, that's nice of you to say. I tell you, it's been 31 years since I've been a part of another coaching staff, so it's hard for me to even tell. I'm just used to doing what I'm doing here.
I'll have more with Scottsbluff head coach Joe Benson right after this on KNEB.
Back on KNEB.
Care Heilbrunn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbrunn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
This is Jane. She thinks she's just filling her car, but she's also filling the air with cancer-causing toxic chemicals used to boost octane and gas. What doesn't burn in the engine enters the air and your lungs, even your heart and brain. Bad for everyone, especially kids. Ethanol is a natural octane booster, clean burning and non-toxic. More ethanol means less scary stuff in our gas and in the air we breathe. And that makes your choice pretty plain, Jane.
For locations near you, go to huskerfuel.com.
The Shadron camp, you thought they were going to be one of the more improved teams on the schedule.
Oh, very much so. I'm watching them. I'm watching film of them right now. They are very good. I've watched 3 games. I'm very impressed. Quarterback throws it well. The Heemstra kid is, in my opinion, the best receiver we've seen this year. Coach Seabaum's a great guy. You talk about kids rallying around a coach and connecting with them. I think they do with Chris more than most coaches.
Jace Bauer, I mean, he looked like a natural running back, and he only had 1 carry on the season coming into that Gering game, finished with well over 100 yards, and he had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, you can't tell from film how fast he is, but he's got a really good feel. We're going to have our hands full.
You mentioned Mason Heemstra. It seems like his hands are huge, and Coach Seabaum told me he was able to palm a basketball when he was like in 8th grade or 9th grade, so he's got those big hands, and he just snatches the balls right out of the air when he's coming across the middle, and if they hit him in stride, he's got good speed to break it.
Oh, I don't know if it's a hand thing or what, but man, can he play. He is good. And you can tell he is super competitive, and I'm sure he gets that from his dad. His dad's as competitive as he gets.
You know, to have success against your defense this year, you've got to try to be somewhat two-dimensional, run it a little bit, be able to throw it, keep your guys off balance. Alliance, it looks like they can throw it and run it just a little bit.
Oh, there's no question. They throw it really well. They throw it, in my opinion, they throw it as well as any team we've seen since Sterling. Obviously, Grand Island Northwest could throw it, but we didn't give them much time. And their running game has been very impressive. With their crossbuck style, we haven't seen that once this year, so that's something we've worked on a ton this week.
We've talked a lot about what they do offensively. What are you seeing scheme-wise from them on the other side of the ball on defense?
It's been a Jeff Tomlin, Skip Olds staple for 30 years. They're going to be a split 6 type defense. They'll line their ends up anywhere from a 7 to a 9 technique on our on our tight ends. So it's going to be a 4-4, I'm sure. And if not, we're ready for anything. It doesn't matter.
Finishing up with Scottsbluff head coach Joe Benson right now. Coach, let's get to our key to the game, brought to you by Team Auto Center, home of the lifetime warranty. You get that lifetime warranty with every new vehicle purchase at Team Auto. Scottsbluff at Alliance tonight. Coach, what's it take to get a win, stay undefeated, and head into a big Week 9?
We need to be ready to go on offense to start the game. We have not been very good the last 3 or 4 weeks. We need to start fast, and we need to block better. We need to be assignment sound and stay on our blocks on offense. Defensively, I think we're going to need to be a little bit more of a bend but don't break this week. Heemstra's I think he's just too good. He's going to make a lot of plays, and we're going to have to accept those and then make plays in other phases.
That'll do it for pregame coaches' comments tonight on KNEB with Scottsbluff head man Joe Benson. More with Chuck Schwartz when the pregame show continues right after this on KNEB. Back on the pregame show.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Local lending. We're here for you from start to finish. Keeping money in our economy, supporting local jobs, giving back to our community, investing in entrepreneurship, making our quiet towns a destination. At Platte Valley Bank, we support local, because we are local.
Things are getting wild over at Paul Reed Construction and Supply. Now through October 15th, take 10% off all Wild gear and Grizzly products. Come visit us today at our showroom on 10th Street in Gering.
Welcome back to Alliance. Let's look at the starting lineups. Offensively for Alliance, center will be Colton Mann, junior at 235. The guards are Braden Palmer, junior at 190, and Bailey Hood, a senior at 220. Tackles are Matt Escamilla, a junior at 205, and Jaden Bauer, a senior at 195. At the ends, Reese Jensen stands 6'4". The senior is 155. At the split end, Chandler Stenson, a senior at 165. In the backfield, Eric Folkert, the fullback, a junior at 165. Running back, we've heard about Jace Bauer, the senior at 170, who filled in capably for Kyson Harris, who is injured, probably will not see action tonight. Mason Heemstra, the flanker, go-to guy, 592 yards, 6 touchdowns, senior at 155. And the quarterback, Trevor Dubray, a junior at 160. For Scottsbluff on defense, 3-man front, Garrett Nelson at the one end, senior at 245, the Nebraska recruit. Joe McLeod, a junior at 250 on the other side. And in the middle, Terrence Mokeek, the junior at 225. Linebackers, Jack Darnell, junior at 185. Jeremiah Delzer, a senior at 195. Luke Rohrer, a junior at 170. And Josiah Diolos, a junior at 205. At the corners, we'll have a pair of seniors, Chris Busby at 175 and Paris Magdaleno at 165. The free safety, senior Keegan Riefschneider, 165, and Cameron Geary, the other senior, at 160. Alliance will have 6 seniors, 5 juniors on offense. Scottsbluff will have 7 seniors and 4 juniors. Tackle to tackle, Alliance goes 209. The line as a whole at 195. Defensively, the line and linebackers at 211 for Scottsbluff. Defensive backfield 166, Alliance's offensive backs at 163. Looking at Scottsbluff's offense, the senior center is Brandon Larson at 230. A pair of juniors at the guards, Terrence Mokeek at 225 and Creighton Dyke at 195. At the tackles, junior Kyler Couts, a junior 230. Nathan Harris, a senior at 245 on the other side. Tight end, Jack Darnell, junior at 185. And the split end, Jeremiah Delzer, a senior at 195. In the backfield, fullback Garrett Nelson, senior at 245. Chris Busby, the sprinter, senior at 175. He needs 186 yards tonight to crack 1,000. Jacob Krull is a junior at 175. And the quarterback, Sebastian Harsh, junior at 220. For Alliance defensively, a 4-man front. At the ends, a pair of juniors, Braden Palmer at 190 and Sai Zhu at 185. Tackles, junior Noah Freeze at 310, senior Jaden Bauer at 195. In the linebacker spots, Jace Bauer, the senior at 170, Bailey Hood, a senior at 220, and Braden Wilson, a senior at 170. Pair of seniors also at the defensive corners, Mason Heemstra at 155, Corbin Stark at 140. At the free safety, Reese Jensen, senior 155, Chandler Stenson, a senior at 165 at the strong safety. Scottsbluff offensively, tackle to tackle goes 225, line as a whole at 215. Alliance line and linebackers are 206. Scottsbluff starts 5 seniors, 6 juniors. Alliance will start 8 seniors and 3 juniors. Defensive backfield for Alliance at 154. The offensive backfield for Scottsbluff at 204. And Scottsbluff starts 5 both directions. Alliance will start 6 both ways. That concludes the pregame.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience. Locate a dealer at biggreenegg.com.
Being an Allo customer just got even better. 3 times better, in fact. We've tripled our standard internet speed from 100 to 300 megs at no additional cost to you. This isn't one of those limited time offers that will melt away either. 3 times the streaming, 3 times the gaming, 3 times the uploading, all for the same price. Why? Because we love our customers. Allo, no gimmicks, no limits, no kidding, and still no contracts.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working One Family and the economical 3E Series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Safety back for Alliance. He stands about the 5-yard line as he awaits Escamilla getting the ball teed up to the officials' liking at the south 40-yard line. Escamilla, the left-footed kicker, gets the approval from the referee at the north end zone, and this ball game is underway. Heemstra comes up and takes the short kick at the 12. Coming to the near side, he's in trouble, and he's going to spin out of a couple of tackles and be brought down at the 25-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 yards to go, 8 seconds into the ball game. 11:52 on the clock as Alliance will take over. First down and 10 in the first possession. Ball is just past the 24, not quite to the 25, but according to the Nebraska School Activities Association, if it's not touching the 24, you're to credit the 25-yard line. So that's where we've got it as DeBray brings them into a shotgun formation. 2 backs in the backfield with him, and it's the second back, and there won't be anything coming here. Making the stop. Oh, my gosh, linebacker came up and filled quickly on that one, and there will be hardly anything on the play for Bauer. So second down and 10 to go. Mokiak was in on the stop also for Scottsbluff. 2nd and 10. Doubles to both sides. 1 running back this time. Now in motion back to the formation fake. It'll be the bubble pass far side. And making the catch falling down will be Jace Bauer. And there will be nothing on the play here either, basically. Picked up a football or so, but it's now just at the 25-yard line. So DeBray, a completion for no gain on the play. And Bauer, with his first catch of the season, brings up 3rd down and 10 yards to go. Ball's on the near side hash mark as we view it. Trips for receivers to the wide side. And looking over the middle, ball is tipped. It was intended for Heemstra. They had double coverage. Scottsbluff in the secondary. Paris Magdaleno and Connor McCracken were there. The ball was deflected. It'll go incomplete, and it is 4th down and an apparent punting situation here for Alliance on their opening possession. Punter is Josh Jensen. No stats for his average. Twin safeties back for Scottsbluff. Geary and Rife Snyder. Rife Snyder comes up, takes it, fumbles the ball, and Scottsbluff covers it. The looks like Corbin Stark was the gunner there, and he distracted him slightly, but the ball recovered right at the fumble point, which is in pretty good shape when you look at it. So that'll be a 27-yard punt. No return, obviously. And Scottsbluff will have the ball for the first time to snap it here in this ball game. At their own 48-yard line, so a short field with 10:33 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Harsh, Busby pinned in, and won't have much out of this one. He'll get it to midfield for a 2-yard pickup. It'll be second down and 8 yards to go for Busby, who came into this ball game with 814 yards on 111 carries. So well over 7 yards a carry on the season. 6 100-yard-plus rushing games out of 7. Lions defense will stack it up. They've got basically a 4, maybe even 5-man line up there right now. Harsh will take the shotgun snap, fakes, rolls, throws, and caught, but the field conditions apparently a little slippery. We've seen players for both sides slip and fall. Jeremiah Delzer will make the catch on that one, and it'll be to the 47-yard line for a 3-yard pickup. So from 148 to the other, basically. So third down, 6, 7 yards to go almost in between there on the first possession. Alliance was 3 and out on their first possession. It'll be Harsh keeping it, and he's going to go down as he crosses the 45-yard line. He'll get to the 44-yard line, which will bring up a 4th down situation. So Harsh picking up 3. The Alliance defense, actually they're going to move it back now, and the football touching the 45. So only 2 on the play. And it brings up 4th down for Scottsbluff. They need to reach between the 42 and 41, and they will go for it on 4th down. 5 men up top for Alliance. That double wing formation again, but balanced to the right. It'll be Busby. He's hitting the backfield, breaks free, and has the first down. Busby, carrying hard, has the first down on a 4th down play for the Scottsbluff Bearcats. Reese Jensen got the stop, but not until the 36-yard line. Pickup of 9 for Busby on the play. First down, the first of the game for Scottsbluff. So they go for it on 4th and make it. Same formation, ball on the right side hash mark. It'll be a handoff on the sweep. Cruel, and he'll be tripped up. Nice defensive stop. Kyson Harris, who we didn't expect to see in the game, will make the stop on the play. Cruel will pick up yardage from the 36 to the 33. Second down, 7 yards to go for Scottsbluff. So far, their longest gain has been Busby's 9-yarder on 4th down that got the first down. Second down, 7 to go, 7:36 here in the first quarter of play. It'll be a handoff to Busby. Cuts back into the middle, carries people with him inside the 20. The pile doesn't stop until it's near the 17-yard line. That'll be 16 on the play for Busby, and he already has 27 in 3 carries. That'll be the second first down of this first drive for Scottsbluff. No score. 7:15 to go as the clock is running after the chains are set. Favoring the right side, but not clear over on the hash mark this time. Fake to Busby. Harsh hitting the backfield. He's going to go down. Good gang tackling by Alliance. They were led by Braden Palmer for the stop, and Harsh will go down for a loss of 4 on the play at the 21-yard line. Second down, 14 yards to go. Opening drive of the ball game, if you've just joined us. Ball about equidistant between the hash marks this time. It's Busby. He's hit but breaks out of one. Races through the middle and carries people with him, and he's got the first down for Scottsbluff. Looked like there may be a loss on the play coming, and all of a sudden, Busby races through, and it's first down number 3 for Scottsbluff. They've had 8 snaps on this one, It's to the 7-yard line. Busby picked up 14. He has 41 and 4 carries right now. Nearing halfway through the first quarter of play. Diolos is in on the right side this time. Busby beside Harsh. And it's Busby. He's hit immediately. Goes down after a tackle by Braden Wilson for Alliance. Looks like very short gain. Perhaps 1 to the 6-yard line, so second down. Second and goal, as Busby had carried inside the 10-yard line. Harsh takes the snap. He'll follow blockers. And he stumbles down to the 1-yard line as he was hit, got his footing back, and takes it to the 1, where it will be third down for Scottsbluff. So a 5-yard pickup for Harsh. He's carried 3 times for 3 yards, as he did have a 4-yard loss. The only negative yardage play so far for Scottsbluff. Alliance into the goal line defense. Same offense for Scottsbluff. It's Harsh. He's in. Touchdown, Scottsbluff on their 11th snap of this drive. So with 4:56 to go in the quarter, Scottsbluff has taken the lead. 6-0 with the PAT to come. Will be a kick. So Walker, the junior for Scottsbluff, high snap, and it's blocked. Timing was disrupted there, and Walker's kick is blocked, and the score will remain 6-0 Scottsbluff.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Anyone who calls it a hobby doesn't understand. We know that a person's passion is what drives them. And that's why every memorial we create is a true reflection of the individual. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other. Find out how at dignitynebraska.com.
An 11-play drive. Scottsbluff scores first, but the PAT was blocked. 6-0 as Alliance accepts their second kickoff. Heemstra, long run to the near side, has it inside the 10. Trying to go to the other side, now has to cut back, and he is going to be drilled just shy of the 25-yard line. Heemstra both times has tried to reverse the ball to the other side of the field from where he received it. Pretty good coverage by Scottsbluff, but he does get it to the 25-yard line. So Alliance will start for the second time, 75 yards away. This time 4:50 remaining, and they trail 6-0 in the ball game. First time was a 3-and-out by the offense for Alliance. Dubray will be in the shotgun. Fakes, back to throw. Wings it, and it'll be at the feet of Reese Jensen, going incomplete. Dubray now 1 out of 3, and that one was for no yardage as it went to Bauer, the back, as he slipped making the catch and went down, no chance to advance it. This time it'll be second down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Scottsbluff, the white tops, red numerals, red pants. Alliance, the blue tops, the gray pants with the blue and white striping. Backs on both sides of Dubray. He'll put 2 to the left, the wide side. Linebackers show blitz. Here they come. He eludes one, but won't the next as Sebastian Harsh wraps him up after a short gain. Be to the 28-yard line, I guess. So that'll be Dubray's first carry. And it's third down, 7 yards to go from the 28-yard line. Alliance moving left to right, north to south. Doubles to both sides on a third down situation. One running back behind Dubray. Dubray takes the snap, looks, he's in trouble, and he'll go down. Harsh will get credit for a sack, but really the footing again has proven to be slippery for both squads. That one back at the 21 will be a 7-yard loss for Dubray, and it will bring up fourth down, 14 yards to go. Again, back to kick will be Jensen, twin safeties for Scottsbluff. Ankle high snap, no rush, and the kick will go off the side of the foot. Bounces and goes sideways and now trickles out of bounds at the Alliance 44-yard line. That'll be a 23-yard punt this time with no return and sets Scottsbluff up in even better shape than they had last time, leading 6-0 with 3:25 remaining, first quarter of play. They'll be at the Alliance 44-yard line, first down and 10 yards to go. Ball left hash mark, triple receivers right this time for Scottsbluff. One to the left, one running back with Harsh, and it'll be a handoff to Busby. He's in trouble and is snowed under in the backfield. Looks like last man getting up was Jaden Bauer again, and Busby will end up losing yardage back to the 48. So a loss of 4, second down, 14 yards to go. Busby's first carry for negative yardage. And it puts Scottsbluff in a second and long situation inside 3 minutes to go, first quarter. 6-0, Scottsbluff trips right again. Harsh rolls that way. Now whips it back over the middle, and it's too high for the first receiver, a little short for the second. Jacob Krull was the short receiver. Magdaleno was the deep receiver. And Harsh's second pass of the night goes incomplete. He's 1 for 2 for 3 yards. And it's third down and 14 yards to go for Scottsbluff. They went for it on fourth down on their touchdown drive. It was about a fourth and a handful. This time, if they don't pick up any yardage, it would be much more significant. In motion is Busby. Keeping it is Harsh. Harsh jukes to the 45, stays on his feet. He has the first down and more, races down the sideline, tight-roping it all the way, and he's in for the touchdown. Harsh will score on the third play of the drive. A 48-yard run for Harsh, and that is his 13th rushing touchdown of the season. The Scottsbluff team, very explosive, can do a lot of things. Now with the blocked kick, will Scottsbluff go double extra point here? It appears they will. Just under 2.5 minutes to go, first quarter, 12-0 Scottsbluff. Harsh again will overload the right side in the shotgun. Takes the snap, keeps it himself, and lunges in for the double extra point. So Harsh on the run with 2:29 to go makes it Scottsbluff 14, Alliance nothing on the West Coast scoreboard. 2 minutes, 29 seconds remain. First quarter. Escamilla again kicking off to Heemstra around the 5. Comes up near side and is going to be cut down on a nice one-on-one tackle by Cameron Geary. This time shy of the 25-yard line, closer to the 23. So it'll be first down for Alliance for the third time in the quarter. There's 2:23 remaining. First quarter, Scottsbluff up 14-0. Alliance 4-3 has been averaging 269 yards total offense on the year. They'll be at Lexington to finish their regular season next week and are in line for a playoff position if they can win that game. Shotgun snap, handoff, second man, and a gain of about 2 very hard-fought yards will go for Jace Bauer. Bauer from the 23 to the 25-yard line. Second down, 8 yards to go. Jeremiah Delzer, one of the tacklers, leading the way for Scottsbluff there. We crossed the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Thanks for being along on 101.7 The Trail or on KNEB.TV or on Allo Communications Channel 15, Mobius Communications 1500. Doubles left, the wide side. Trying to get Scottsbluff to flinch. They didn't. Here's Dubray's pass. It'll be Heemstra. He's ripped down and the ball came out. Scramble in front of the Alliance bench. And they're going to say it was complete. So Heemstra will have about 5 on the play, but it will bring up a third down situation. Heemstra's first catch. We can expect more from him through the night. Great receiver. Third down, 3 yards to go for Alliance. They've had 2 3-and-outs so far. Doubles to both sides. Linebackers fill. Here they come on the rush. He's going to throw under pressure, and it was well out of bounds. The receiver had stayed right on the sideline, Reese Jensen, and the pass was into the Alliance bench. So it'll bring up fourth down on the incompletion. Fourth down, 3 yards to go. Already we've had 2 punts from Josh Jensen. He's averaging 25 yards. Reifschneider on the near side. Cameron Geary on the far side as the twin receivers. Inside a minute to go in the quarter now. Helmet high snap. Not much of a rush, and the kick will be a low line drive. Caught by Reifschneider. He's hit right away and will go down at the 40-yard line. So that will be a 30-yard punt this time by Jensen. And Scottsbluff for the third time will have it in good shape, but they are back at their own 40-yard line this time with 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. Chuck Swartz with you, sitting in for Chris Cottrell. He'll be back next week as we'll have all kinds of coverage coming up for you next week. Volleyball on Tuesday, Gering at Sydney and Scottsbluff at Alliance. Harsh in the shotgun again. Doubles left, 1 receiver right. In motion, Busby. Fake to him, and Harsh is back. He's going to air it out. Reifschneider has a step and drops the ball. It'll go as second down and 10 as he had beaten Kyson Harris by a couple of steps, but it's all for naught. And it's second and 10. Harsh is 1 for 3 in passing now. Reifschneider has 4 touchdown grabs this year out of his 13 receptions. He hasn't had a lot of long ones. I remember his junior year. He did have a couple of those. Second down and 10. 43 seconds remain in the quarter. Scottsbluff has converted 2 out of 3 times on third downs in the first quarter of play. And not much coming here. Jacob Krull trying to surprise the Alliance defense and will do well to just pick up about a yard on the play. It'll be third down and 9 at the 41 of Scottsbluff. Krull's second carry of the game for a total of 4 yards. Busby 6 for 38. Harsh 5 for 49. So third down and long. may not get the play off. Harsh looks back at the clock, which is behind him, and Scottsbluff will just wait and let the clock run out. We're through the first quarter of play. It is Scottsbluff 14, Alliance nothing on the West Coast scoreboard. As we switch sides, Scottsbluff will go north to south, left to right here in the second quarter, leading at 14-0, but in a 3rd and 9 situation. Reifsnyder flanks way out to the left, almost as an afterthought. Harsh is back. He pump fakes. He's going to try it again, and Reifsnyder makes the catch and is in for the touchdown. That one will go 59 yards for the TD. So Harsh, his second completion out of 4 tries, and has a 62-yard total, and we're still early in the second quarter of play. So Reifsnyder with his first catch. And it's 20-0. Walker back in to attempt. Better snap this time. And the kick is airborne and good. So with 11:50 to go, second quarter, it is 21.
Why should you come out to Double L Country Store in Banner County? Because we serve locally raised beef, chicken, and bison. And our hamburger buns, cabbage burgers, and pies are homemade every day. Breakfast is served daily from 8 to 11 with all-you-can-eat pancakes on Saturday. Or join us Friday nights for Burger Fest. Choose from 6 specialty burgers or build your own. And for dessert, make sure you save room for one of our homemade milkshakes. We are worth the drive here at Double L Country Store on Highway 71, just 10 minutes south of the Wildcats.
Beat the heat and play inside with Planet Bounce at the Monument Mall. Bounce houses, concession stand, and the largest redemption arcade in town, Planet Bounce has hours of fun. Call today to schedule your birthday party, and as always, ask Ron about renting a bounce house for your party, corporate event, office party, or family reunion. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Planet Bounce Family Fun Center at the Monument Mall.
A 3-play, 60-yard drive took exactly 1 minute off the clock for the 3rd touchdown for Scottsbluff. And Escamilla back again to attempt the kick. This will be the 4th kickoff he's had in the ballgame, as Scottsbluff did kick to open play. Escamilla punches it in the air. Heemstra has to come up for a very short kick at the 15. Jukes, but is not going to get away, and is downed at the 27 or 28-yard line. It looked like that was Magdaleno making the first hit for Scottsbluff, and it will be spotted at the 28. So first down, 10 yards to go, 11:44 to go here in the second quarter of play. Alliance trailing at 21-0 currently. McCook was well ahead of Gering at last report. It was 28-0 in the first quarter at one stage on that one. Here's the handoff to Bauer, and he just disappears, and a penalty flag will be thrown. How many of those have we seen recently after big hits. They're going to call personal foul as the hit was to the head. So Bauer will gain virtually nothing on the play. Well, no, they spotted him up over the 25. No, it would have been a slight loss on the play, I think. But now the big step off, and Scottsbluff with their first penalty of the game, and Alliance will have the ball at their own 40-yard line. That is the first penalty we have had in the contest. So it was a loss of 3, a 15-yard penalty, and a first down and 10 for Alliance, their first of the ball game. Dubray keeps it. He's in trouble and is going down. He was spun around by Luke Rohrer, the linebacker, and as we heard in the pregame, Coach Seabaum saying those linebackers are so quick, we've got to keep them out. But it'll be a loss back to the 33-yard line, so Dubray will lose 7 on the play. It's 2nd and 17. 11-11 remaining on the clock here in the second quarter. Alliance puts Heemstra and Stenson to the near side of the field. In the pistol, Dubray looks. He's going to air it out himself, and it'll be off the fingertips of his receiver on the far side. That was Reese Jensen. He's got some height, 6'4" out there. Pretty good coverage, but it was thrown just perhaps a foot too far, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 17 for Alliance. 10:50 remaining here in the first half of play. Scottsbluff has scored on all 3 of their drives in the game so far, and a first down by penalty by Alliance, but now they're at 3rd and 17 following that. 2 receivers right, 1 left, a wing back on the right side also. Shotgun, Dubray will hand it off, and there will be a loss on the play. Wow. Coming through is Jack Darnell, and Jace Bauer will be knocked down shy of the line of scrimmage. Well, actually, they're going to give him a very generous spot, and it'll be the 34, so a gain of 1. So 4th and 16, and again, Jensen back to kick, averaging about 27.5 on his 3 punts so far. Snaps a good one, and he'll boot this one away. Taken at the 35 by Reifschneider, and he is going to be drilled. Good pursuit by Alliance on that one. So a nice punt by Jensen that time. From 134-yard line to the 35-yard line. 29-yard punt, and a loss on the play because forward progress goes clear back to the 30-yard line. So 30-yard line is where Scottsbluff will start with 10:04 remaining in the first half, leading it 21-0. Harsh, of course, will be in the shotgun. Pretty much a full house backfield. Now they'll shift. Diolos and Krull go to the left side. It's Busby going that way, and he's brought down on a nice one-on-one tackle just as it looked like he might be getting ready to break free. Bailey Hood gets the tackle. It'll be a 4-yard pickup, and the way Busby runs, you almost feel good as a defender when you hold him to 4. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. Busby's 7th carry for 42 yards. Inside 10 minutes to go, clock running, second quarter. Ball on the left hash. Again, the full house backfield. Reifschneider's in this time. He'll flank it out to the left side. Harsh has Busby beside him, fake to him. Busby puts a block down, going for a home run toss again, but thrown too far. Intended for Reifschneider again. It'll go incomplete and bring up 3rd down and 6 yards to go from the Scottsbluff 34-yard line. Double coverage for Alliance that time. Corbin Stark, Reese Jensen combining to help. Clock stops at 9:49. As we said, Scottsbluff 3 out of 4 on third down so far. They went for it on fourth and converted. This time it'll be the wingback and the first down for Jacob Cruel. He'll be knocked out of bounds over by the Scottsbluff bench on the east side of the field, but not until he picks up 11 yards on the play. On a 3rd down and 6, it'll be first down number 6 for Scottsbluff in this first half. So Cruel, 3 carries, 15 yards on the night. At the 45-yard line, 21-0 Scottsbluff as they come up over the football. Fake, back to throw again. Pressure on, Harsh gets it away. It's tipped. Heemstra went for the interception, got a fingernail on it, and that perhaps kept Cruel from making the reception. So incomplete pass brings up 2nd down and 10, and Harsh just stood in there in the face of the pass rush. Got a fairly accurate pass off, but Heemstra, a nice break on the ball. Pass broken up is what it'll go down, but he's wishing it would have been an INT. Heemstra's all over the place, offensively and defensively. Handoff, Busby jukes, he's to midfield, sprinting down the sideline. He breaks a tackle, spins out of another, and is tackled forward inside the 25-yard line by Braden Wilson as he finally got a hand on him. From their own 45 to the 22. But we do have a penalty flag, so it's coming back. Flag at the 46-yard line of Alliance. And it looks like we'll have the second big penalty against Scottsbluff. Talked many a time about hidden yardage. And you think from going from the 22, 1st and 10, but now with the step off from the 46-yard line, it'll be clear back into Scottsbluff territory. There's the call, the hold. So 10 yards against Scottsbluff on the penalty, but a lot more than that off of the loss. So from the 45 to the, he'll have a 9-yard gain for Busby on the play, but now it'll set up 2nd down and about 17 yards to go. Sprinting around the left side, here's Cruel. He's got the first down and more. Wow. Cruel shows some great speed there and will be inside the 35. Knock it down at the 33-yard line, a 7th first down. And that'll go as a 23-yard gain for Cruel. First down number 7, as we said, second on this drive for Scottsbluff. 9:05 remaining before halftime, 21-0. Scottsbluff on top. Harsh, the quarterback, in the shotgun again. He'll give it to Busby. Quick feet, dances to the left, and now with some power, just runs over a couple of people and picks up yardage to the 20. I'm hesitating, waiting to see where they'll put it down. About the 28-yard line. 5-yard pickup, 2nd down, 5 yards to go. From the 28 of Alliance, Scottsbluff has 2nd down. Handful of yards to go. Handoff up the middle, and Busby breaks tackle, stays on his feet, and will have the first down again. He got much more than it looked like he was going to when that play first started. Looks like the hash marks are worn considerably over there, but it looks to be about the 19. So a 9-yard pickup, 10 carries, 65 yards for Busby. The 8th first down for Scottsbluff here in this first half of play, leading it 21-0. Clock is running as the chains have been set. Now, Diolos and Cruel will shift to the left side, and Busby carries it around the left side. Splits a couple of defenders, but is going to be brought down by Braden Wilson and Corbin Stark after a nice gain on the play to the 14-yard line. 6 yards actually to the 13. So second down, 4 yards to go. Scottsbluff moving north to south, left to right here in the second quarter. So far, they have just been a juggernaut. Busby again. And Busby will trot into the end zone. Busby will score on the 9th play of the drive. They've had 2 3-play drives, Scottsbluff has, and a 9-play and an 11-play. So Busby getting his first touchdown. He's nearing the century mark. And we'll have the PAT by Walker again. There's 7:14 remaining. Busby's first touchdown. Reifschneider has one. Harsh a couple. And Walker's kick will be off to the left side. So no good on the kick. And our score, 27-0 Scottsbluff on the West Coast scoreboard.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Escamilla ready to kick off again with 7:14 to go before halftime. 27-0 Scottsbluff. Line drive kick will bounce several times. Heemstra scoops it up inside the 10. Jukes, but is going to be spun down near the 20-yard line. Trying to keep him from having an opportunity to catch a ball in stride, and with his elusiveness, quickness, and speed, he is a threat. Ball will be brought in from the near sideline and will be placed at the 19-yard line. So 7:07 remains on the clock. It is 27-0 Scottsbluff as Alliance has the ball for the 5th time in the half. Jensen, Stenson both go to the right side as receivers. Heemstra, one of them to the left side. Dubray will turn, bubble pass thrown to Stenson on the far side, and he'll have a short gain out of the play before the defenders collapse in a hurry. Diolos led the charge. Gain on the play from the 19 to the 22-yard line. So second down, 7 yards to go. That was Stenson's first catch. Third completion for Dubray. He has 8 yards, 3 for 7. Dubray in the pistol. Back to throw, looking left all the way. Lofts one up into the air for grabs, and Heemstra dropped the ball. Defending was Cameron Geary, and he slipped at the 40. Heemstra had it momentarily, and it came out. So it'll go incomplete, third down and 7 yards to go, and both teams have had one that looked to be a touchdown that goes awry. 6:19 to go in the half. Dubray had come to the sideline to get the play call. Hurries back into the huddle. Double receivers, both sides. Wide side is the left for Alliance. Dubray looking. Fires quickly, and it will be incomplete. Trying to get it to his fullback, Eric Folkert, that time. And it'll bring up 4th down and 7 yards to go. So Alliance now 0 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. They're at their own 22-yard line where Jensen will be attempting his 5th punt of the first half. Just over half of the second quarter left. And now we've got a timeout taken. I think Scottsbluff took it. So with 6:16 to go in the half, 27-0.
Regional West is one of 3.
Break 9.
The leads are turning.
I don't want to use them all up, but I don't want to save them either, because if we get to a running clock, it's harder than hell to get them in the second half. So I'm kind of caused. As play resumes, Jensen boots the ball away. It was bobbled momentarily, but recovered by Scottsbluff at their own 44-yard line, so that will be a 34-yard punt, the longest of the day for Jensen, and it will be Scottsbluff again taking over in great shape. Worst possession they've had was starting at their own 30-yard line, and they scored on that one. We're nearly halfway through the second quarter now, 6:08 to go. Double receivers to the right, one to the left. Now Cruel being brought back closer to the formation. Shotgun, and that's going to be Busby, who is caught by an ankle at the 45-yard line and falls to the 47 for a 3-yard pickup. Second down, 7 yards to go for Scottsbluff. Clock running, 5:52 to go. Busby already 13 carries in the ball game and 87 yards. Ball on the left side, Hash. Wide side to the right has 2 receivers, end in the slot. Split end left. Harsh rolls right. Throws, and it's over the top of his intended receiver, Connor McCracken, who pays the price, as defensively Kyson Harris thumped him pretty good there as the pass went through his hands. It'll bring up 3rd down, 7 yards to go. Harsh is 2 for 7, but 62 yards and a touchdown. 7th touchdown pass that Harsh has this year. Remember, he played defensive end last year. Some backfield, but not a lot as a sophomore. 3rd and 7. And in trouble. And going down, lost. Ball may have come out the way people were reacting, but officials not waving their arms to stop the clock. And it looks like Scottsbluff came up with it. Busby will get credit for the carry there, and there will be a loss on the play back to the original line of scrimmage. So a loss of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down and 10 yards to go. So 0 for 1 on that drive on 3rd downs, 4 out of 6 for Scottsbluff. Cameron Geary back to kick. He'll aim it away from Heemstra. It'll bounce and take a sideways hop out of bounds near the 24-yard line. So that will be 32-yard punt, the first punt of the night for Geary. And Alliance will have best shape they've had to start a drive. 4:34 to go. 24-yard line is where it'll be actually 25 a couple of times, so right in that same vicinity. Dubray has backs on both sides, double receivers to the right, which is the wide side. And we had movement. Say a good staccato count will result in the third Scottsbluff penalty of the ball game. They've had a 5, a 10, and a 15, the Bearcats have. 3 for 30. Alliance yet to be penalized in this one. 4:34 to go. Clock didn't change. 1st and 5 for Alliance. Linebackers come up close. Here they come. It'll be a handoff to the back around the right side, and Folkert is wrapped up at the 32-yard line. Delzer led the charge there. It will bring up 2nd and short, about 2 to go because of that 5-yard penalty, remember. So Folkert's 3-yard gain makes it 2nd down, 2 for Alliance. Still over 4 minutes to go. Time for their offense to get something into the end zone yet. And they do have big play capabilities. Again in the pistol formation, linebackers up. We had somebody encroach or Alliance moved. Which will it be? We had the linesman and the line judge both throw flags. They'll say it's on Scottsbluff. That will be their 4th penalty. 35 yards on the Bearcats. And it'll be the 2nd first down for Alliance now. Both have come via penalties. We're inside 4 minutes to go. Triple flankers to the right. Well, split end and 2 flankers, technically. One back beside Dubray. Dubray 3 completions on the night. He'll roll to the right to avoid some pressure this time. Throws as he's hit. It'll be caught at the 34-yard line. High pointing the football was Reese Jensen on a wonderful throw by Dubray. That'll be the 3rd first down for Alliance now, and it will go all the way to the Scottsbluff 34. So a 29-yard pickup on the play. Jensen's first catch. Talking about the big play possibilities Alliance has. Joe Benson, the Scottsbluff coach, was worried about that. Again in the pistol, Dubray rolls right. He's going for the end zone. It will be tipped away from Jensen by Magdaleno right at the goal line. So it's 2nd down, 10 yards to go at the 34-yard line. Well thrown ball again by Dubray. He came in completing 60.5% of his passes on the season. And he's only a junior. Clock stops. 3:28 to go, first half. 27-0, Scottsbluff. Receivers all over the place. Dubray in the shotgun. Quick throw this time, and it'll be over the top of Jensen. Incomplete, bringing up 3rd down, 10 yards to go from the Scottsbluff 34-yard line. Dubray, 4 out of 12, 37 yards. Both quarterbacks have had a pass that was a potential touchdown dropped in the game. You see those a lot, and then a receiver will come back and make one of those grabs, much like Jensen did there, that you don't expect to be made. 3rd and 10. Same formation for Dubray, wide side left. Now the blitz comes in. He's flushed out of the pocket. Turns and is going to run and has the first down. And a penalty as he was hit out of bounds. So Dubray will scramble for the first down. And that will also add on some yardage afterward for the hit out of bounds. And Alliance is going to set up shop right near the goal line. So it's going to be approximately the 18 or 17. As I said, hash marks are kind of washed out on the far side there. I'm guessing that's the 18. So a 16-yard pickup for Dubray gets him back into positive yardage. That will be a first down at the 18. And then the step off on the penalty. Oops, we had one in the backfield or near the line of scrimmage. This one looks to be going against Alliance. So hold the phone. I did not see that one. I was looking downfield to see where Dubray went out of bounds and then was pushed. But there's a penalty flag down at the 35 also. And that's in the backfield. So all of that done. And I'm going to be getting the whiteout out to take care of the stat charts here, I think. There was the holding against Alliance, a 10-yard step off. And now the late hit will be 15 the other way on Scottsbluff. And it's still third down. So we were 3rd and 10. Now it's about 3rd and 5 at the 29-yard line. Third down, linebackers up, and we had delay of game. Nope, procedure against Alliance as the linebackers' movement caused Alliance to move. So now it's 3rd and 10 again after the second penalty against Alliance. And they're back at the 34 with 3:15 remaining in the first half. So things have slowed down considerably after Jensen's acrobatic 29-yard catch gave Alliance a first down at the 34 of Scottsbluff. Double receivers to both sides. Dubray takes the shotgun snap. Here comes the rush. He's flushed to the far side and is going to have the first down and was knocked out of bounds a yard past the yard line needed. And Dubray's scrambles have done a nice job, and it'll be Alliance with their 4th first down of the ball game. It'll be at the 23-yard line, so an 11-yard pickup on the play. 4th first down for Alliance. 3 of them have come on this drive, and there's still 3:07 to go. So Dubray's done a nice job of managing clock and picking up yardage. Triple receivers left. Ball's near the right hash mark. The rush is on, and the pass is thrown toward Folkert, but he had to get rid of that one in a hurry, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Dubray not having a lot of time there. A couple of times the Scottsbluff pass rush, however, they've gotten out of their lanes, and Dubray has made the Scottsbluff defense pay for it. One of those was an offsetting penalty, but the other, he picks up the first down. Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 23-yard line of Scottsbluff. Still over 3 minutes. Rolling to the right, he's going to run all the way and is going to be right at the first down marker when he's escorted out. Not sure if he got it. We'll have to wait and see, as the chain gang did a good job of getting the flag out of the way so nobody got hurt. Luke Rohr, the linebacker, escorted him out of bounds, and it'll be just shy. The 13-yard line is where it looks. They have to call it 14 for statistical purposes because it's 3rd and 1. Let's see if they try and suck the defense up and go for the end zone. Dubray standing a little closer to the center this time. Backs off. He's in trouble, but he breaks past the rush, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. But we have a penalty flag in the backfield. Penalty flag well back in the offensive backfield. We'll wait for the official to give us an indication here. It's an illegal chop block against Alliance. That'll wipe out the touchdown. So 2:50 to go. And it'll be third and extremely long for Alliance after they were celebrating their first entry into the end zone. So Dubray, who's done some nice scrambling, will have to try it again. It'll be a 50.
Tonight on KNEB, Chris Cottrell.
The biggest Alliance has had in the game. And third down again. That'll be spotted, 28-yard line is where they'll put it. So third and about 15 yards to go. Dubray picked up a yard on that play. He's back. He's going to throw for the end zone again. Reese Jensen leaping catch, touchdown. Jensen outfought the defender for the football. Even if they both come down with it, Magdaleno was the defender. Simultaneous catch would go to the offense. And on the 9th play of the drive, Alliance scores with 2:42 to go before halftime. So Dubray to Jensen. He's made a couple of nice catches. Sophomore Creighton Siza to attempt the PAT out of the hold of Jensen. Nice snap, ball's on the tee, it's line drived through, and the kick is good to make our score Scottsbluff 27, Alliance 7 on the West Coast scoreboard. A 9-play drive covering 76 yards, and it only took a minute 52 for Alliance. Siza, high kickoff, down to about the 9-yard line. Busby slid a little bit, now breaks free on the right side. Siza, the kicker with a chance, can't get him. Busby's going to go the entire distance for a touchdown, answering back immediately. And now I'm gun shy, I'm looking, and now a penalty flag will be thrown after the play. Probably excessive celebration, but that will not take away the kickoff return by Busby for 6 points. We'll hold it here just to make sure. Scottsbluff thinking the PAT team will be coming on. It's taken at about the 10-yard line. We'll call it unofficially 90-yard kick return. Officials still talking it over with the Alliance captain, because I think technically you can still in high school ball have it assessed on the PAT to make it a long one, or you can have it on the kickoff. So that will be on the kickoff. So with 2:28 to go, Scottsbluff answers right back. And Busby actually slipped as he got it at about the 10, slipped back to about the 9, and then just took off. Kick is good. That'll make it 34-7. Scottsbluff leading. Kind of an unusual drive chart there, as there were no plays. Time elapsed was 14 seconds from when Alliance had scored. And it's a 27-point margin for Scottsbluff here as we near halftime. Remember, at halftime, we'll try and look at some of the area scores for you, bring you the stats individually and the teams in comparison, and then we'll have the second half. Third quarter, McCook is ahead of Gering 55-12, so they'll be coming to Scottsbluff unbeaten next week. Medicine Valley's leading Garden County 22-12 at half. Paxton blanking Layton Banner County at half, 52-0. Sidney leading Chase County by a point, 7-6. And Torrington at halftime leading Orland at 21-7. They defeated Gering earlier this year. They're still unbeaten. And if you're ready for this one, looks like a baseball score. Hayes Springs in the second quarter leads Hyannis 7-4. So a couple of safeties. Arthur County leading Crawford 16-0. Mitchell, same score, leading Shadron 16-0. Hemingford over Morrill 37-0. There's the step off. Another 15-yard penalty on Scottsbluff. They'll have to clean that up against McCook next week and in the playoffs on down the road, that's for sure. Escamilla finally has everybody out there he needs, and here's the run-up. He'll punch it toward the far side. Heemstra sees it die. He'll pick it up with one hand at about the 24, and he won't quite make the 35-yard line. So Alliance will have the ball. First down with 2:22 to go. They'll be at their own 34-yard line. Trailing at 34-7. Of course, that last drive by Alliance, minute and 52 seconds, 9 plays, 76 yards. They're 66 yards away from pay dirt right now. So DeBray brings them out with trips left. Man coverage by Scottsbluff. They have double coverage on Heemstra. DeBray's looking that way, now dumps it to his back, Bauer, and he'll be hit and brought down in the field of play. So that will keep the clock running. And from the 34 to the 37-yard line, second down, 7. DeBray, a 3-yard completion. Bauer, his second catch. The other one was for no gain as he slipped and fell, remember, very early in the ball game. Inside 2 minutes to go now in the half. Double receivers on both sides, ball on the right hash mark. DeBray takes the quick snap, looking left all the way, throwing the ball deep downfield. It'll be incomplete as double defenders back for Scottsbluff covering. And the receiver had stopped at about the 35-yard line, and then Stinson couldn't run under the pass. It'll go third down and 7 yards to go for Alliance. Stops the clock with 1:34, and Alliance wants to take a timeout. We'll hold it here. Tell you a little bit about what we have coming up on KNEB. Tomorrow, of course, Nebraska at Northwestern. Pregame at 5 a.m. on 960 a.m. and 100.3 FM. Pregame at 9:15 on 94.1 The Brand. Kickoff at 10 Mountain Time. Also tomorrow on 960 a.m. we'll have Wisconsin at Michigan. May have to join that one in progress depending on how long the Husker postgame goes. We will have volleyball tomorrow for you. Nebraska's at Penn State as they start a very rigorous 4-game road trip. That will start at 5:30 with the pregame on 94.1 The Brand. Then Sunday, NASCAR Me-Cup Series starting at 11 on 94.1 The Brand. LA Rams at Denver, pregame at noon on 960 AM. We'll have Kansas City at New England on 960, and Sunday Night Football starting at 5:30. And Monday Night Football has San Francisco at Green Bay, also on 960 AM. That Monday night game, pregame at 5:30. Ready to go again, minute 34 to go, third down, 7 to go. DeBray is going to throw deep again, and it will be off the hands of the receiver despite very good coverage. That was Reese Jensen again. But back there was Connor McCracken and Paris Magdaleno for Scottsbluff. DeBray has put the ball on the money many a time, and it has gone as an incompletion. Not saying it's bad receptions, just sometimes the coverage has been there, and it is a cold night. This will be the 6th punt, unless it's a fake, for Josh Jensen. Twin safeties for Scottsbluff. Line of scrimmage is the 37. It'll be a low, perhaps returnable, but no. Good coverage by Alliance. Boy, that was Reifschneider taken down by Corbin Stark as he made the catch. So Scottsbluff will have it at their own 33-yard line. A 30-yard punt. No return. And with a minute 20, we'll see if Scottsbluff tries to hurry one into the end zone again. So from between the 32 and 33-yard line, Scottsbluff has the ball, first down and 10 with a minute 20 remaining. Wideouts to both sides. Diolos back to help Harsh. Now Harsh rolls, throws. He's got Delzer at the 35, cuts back in. He's to the 45-yard line before he goes down, and that will be enough for the first down. So first down for Scottsbluff. That's their 10th of the first half of play. Referee's whistle, as I think they were still waiting to make sure they had the chains set on the far side. Harsh, middle screen, that's Diolos. He's got room to roam. 40, 35, 30, and is knocked down as there was an angled pursuit, which perhaps saved the touchdown by one of the linemen, Braden Palmer, for Alliance. So it'll be first down again for Scottsbluff. They go from their own 45 to the 20, and I'm waiting as the officials kind of away, 28-yard line, we'll call it, 11th first down. So 27 on that reception, and Alliance is going to take a timeout, which will give me a chance to just get some of these stats updated for you. Harsh now with 4 completions, 9 attempts, 101 yards. Diolos, 27. Delzer, 15. And Reifschneider, 59. So they've been pretty good-sized completions other than the first one to Delzer of 3 yards. And there's still 45 seconds to go in the half. Scottsbluff leading 34-7. If you're unfamiliar with the points rule in Nebraska high school football, because they do vary between Colorado, Wyoming, and Nebraska, we have found this year. If you're ahead by 35 points or more in the second half, it's a running clock. Wyoming, it was 45, and in Colorado, it's 40, even if it's in the first half. 45 seconds to go. First down, 10 from the Alliance 28. In motion, Harsh is back to throw again. Has time. Now eludes a tackler, another, and is racing for the sideline, and he got out of bounds. So that will stop the clock with 36 seconds to go. He picks up about 8 on the play. So second down, 2 yards to go. Harsh, a heck of a first half. 2 rushing touchdowns already. He gets out of bounds to make it 2nd and 2 at the Alliance 20-yard line. And there are still 36 seconds remaining. Double receivers left, one right. Diolos beside the quarterback, and he takes the handoff. Quick feet, jumps to the outside, and he will be brought down in the field of play, but it'll be enough for a first down to stop the clock with 28 seconds to go. So we'll see. Diolos will carry for the first time officially. He had the screen pass that he caught. It's going to be at the 13 for a 7-yard pickup. First down, number 12. And Harsh will hand it on the sweep. And nothing coming this time. And finally, struggling and going down is Busby. And Scottsbluff will take a timeout as he is knocked down at the 14 for a loss of 1. 2nd down and 11. That'll be 2 consecutive carries Busby has had that are negative yardage. He's had 3 out of his 15 for negative, but has 83 yards rushing in the first half and has a 90-yard, maybe 91-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Harsh has scored 2 rushing touchdowns. Harsh found Reif Snyder from 59 yards out on a pass. Busby has scored twice, once on a run and once on a kick return. And then Dubray to Jensen from 28 for Alliance, as they showed great drive, great clock sense by Dubray, as he took it 76 yards down the field in 9 plays, but only used 1 minute and 52 seconds up, and had to overcome a couple of penalties on the drive. There are 11 seconds left. Scottsbluff around the 13 or 14-yard line. 11 seconds. Incomplete pass might give them 2, depending on the length of it, of course. Harsh, fade pattern, end zone, knocked away. Intended for Cruel. Nice defensive work in the end zone to make it a 3rd down and 11 from the 14 with 7 seconds remaining. So again, a short pass might leave time for one more play if you get out of bounds. A first down can be attained at the 3-yard line, but that would only stop the clock momentarily. Harsh has Busby on one side, Diolos on the other. 7 seconds to go. He'll throw over the middle, incomplete, trying to find Diolos, and it does leave 3 seconds. So it'll be 4th down and 11 for Scottsbluff. And it appears we're going to see a field goal attempt. Walker is 2 out of 4 on field goals this year. His longest has been 36 yards. Ball will be spotted at about the 19-yard line, so a 29-yard attempt. 3 seconds. Snaps a good one. Ball's airborne. It is good. So on the final play of the half, the field goal by Walker from, we said 29 yards, makes our score a 30-pointer, as Scottsbluff scored twice in the first quarter, 4 times in the second, and Alliance scored in the second. So it's been an entertaining first half, to say the least, in this one. We will get things totaled up and be back on the halftime show. Our score, Scottsbluff 37.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances. Compliments for you and your home has got the latest decor. Come in today and see what you can create. Start with great home decor from Uttermost, lamps, chairs, and vases for any taste. Need a little light for a more intimate feeling? Flameware is a recharging LED light that simulates candle flames. Rootworks bowls are hand-carved, one-of-a-kind wooden bowls you can't find anywhere else. Finally, for a little accent, try these leather and Western-style pillows from High End. Compliments for you and your home, downtown Scottsbluff.
Care Heilbronn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbronn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Welcome back at halftime. We have an extended halftime tonight. They had senior night for the Alliance seniors. Their parents greeted them on the field before the ball game and their final home game because they're at Lexington next week. Scottsbluff will be at home next week in that much-anticipated battle. Sometimes you wonder about the Nebraska School Activities Association. I'd say they got this one right. When McCook moved to the Far West District, when Sidney fell to C1, they did put Scottsbluff McCook as the final week of the regular season, and that will come up next week. And, of course, KNEB will have that one along with KNEB.TV coming up for you. Let's go ahead and look at some of the individual numbers in this ball game. We'll look at Alliance first. In rushing, Trevor Dupre has 6 carries, 10 yards. He's had a couple that have gone for negative yardage, so he's overcome that. Bauer, 4 carries, no yards, couple of plays for loss. And Folkert, 1 carry for 3, so that's it. 13 yards rushing in the first half for Alliance. Passing-wise, a little bit different. 6 out of 17 for 68 yards and a touchdown for Dubray. Jensen, 2 catches for 57 and the touchdown. Heemstra, 1 for 5. That's a bit surprising. Stenson, 1 for 3. Bauer, 2 for 3 in the first half. So 13 yards rushing, 68 passing for 81 total in the first half for Alliance. And looking at our Scottsbluff side of the ledger before we take a break and then go to the team stats. Harsh, the quarterback, 6 carries, 57, a couple of touchdowns for Scottsbluff. Busby, 15 carries in the first half, 83 yards and a touchdown. Remember, he also has a 90-yard kick return for a touchdown. Kroll, 4 carries, 38 yards. Diolos, 1 carry for 7 yards in the first half. In passing, Harsh is 4 out of 11, 101 yards and a touchdown. The receivers have been Diolos for 27, Delzer 2 for 15, Reifsnyder 1 for 59 yards in the first half. So we'll take a look at team stats in comparison when we come back. We're at halftime. Scottsbluff 37, Alliance 7 on the West Coast scoreboard.
My big secret for designing a quality kitchen on a budget is J&K Cabinetry. They have all the great standard features that my clients love. Solid wood doors and frames, soft close doors and drawers, dovetail joinery. The quality is amazing. J&K Cabinetry has 17 beautiful locations, sells directly to designers, contractors, and dealers, and provides plenty of options for a semi-custom look. But the most important thing is having a satisfied client and just seeing how much they love their kitchen. J&K Cabinetry, a new kitchen around you.
ZM Lumber in Scottsbluff, your local headquarters for J&K Cabinetry.
What are you waiting for? A 6-year limited powertrain warranty? Savings on performance-matched implements? 0% APR financing for up to 5 years. Head down to your local Kubota dealer before September 30th and take advantage of this incredible offer on the BX Series, America's best-selling subcompact tractor. Kubota. This is what we do.
Come into Sandberg Implement, your local Kubota dealer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
Where can you find gifts for everyone? TC and More. That's where. Come in and look at what you've been missing. Gifts for the ladies. Gifts to remember. The gift of light. Gifts for your home. Gifts for the kids. Gifts for the Husker fan. For the perfect gift, stop in and visit TC and More, downtown Scottsbluff. And remember, TC and More still has all of your children's educational materials.
Byers Realty would like to remind everyone that school is back in session, so make sure and watch for little ones in crosswalks. Be mindful of school speed zones, and take a second to double check for pedestrians and bicyclists. We want all of our young students to have a wonderful and safe year. Visit callbyersrealty.com or stop by the office on Avenue B, next to Bumper. The Panhandle's best, Byers Realty. Community strong, community proud. We have what you're looking for.
Welcome back. Chuck Schwartz with you at halftime. Scottsbluff leading 37-7. I'd like to remind you that for more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. Call Kevin Figg and Ryan Wendhorst at 632-7561. Together, we'll go far. Let's look at the teams in comparison in this first half. Alliance, 13 yards rushing, 68 passing for 81 total. For Scottsbluff, 185 rushing, 101 passing for 286 total. Alliance has 5 first downs. Scottsbluff has a dozen. Penalties, a bugaboo on Scottsbluff, 6 for 65 yards. Alliance, 3 for 30. Scottsbluff has punted once in the game, a 32-yarder. And Alliance 6 times, an average of 29. Neither team has turned it over, although we have had a couple of balls on the ground that have been recovered by the team fumbling it. And in third down conversions, Alliance is 2 out of 6. Scottsbluff is 4 out of 6. And Scottsbluff, the only team to go for it on fourth down, was successful in their only attempt. So they are 1 of 1 in the first half of play. So that's where we stand at halftime. We'll take a look at some of the other games going on in the Panhandle to get you some scores on that. But I'd like to remind you that Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit offers regularly scheduled, accessible bus service, serving communities between Alliance and Scottsbluff Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and 21 Panhandle communities on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Reservations are required. Visit panhandletrails.com, or you can call, it's an easy one to remember, 761-TRIP, T-R-I-P. And just remember, Ohio National says life changes. We'll be there. We'll look at some of the scores of other Panhandle teams when we come back. We are at halftime. It's 37-7 Scottsbluff on the West Coast scoreboard.
Byers Realty has been helping people in the community find their dream home since 1994. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, our friendly staff will put in the work to help you reach the finish line. We also do property management for buildings in Scottsbluff, Gering, and beyond. You can find an extensive list of our properties by visiting our website at callbyersrealty.com. Or you can visit our Scottsbluff offices on Avenue B, right next to Bumper. Panhandle's best, Byers Realty. Community strong, community proud, we have what you're looking for.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, And even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
95% of American corn farms are family-owned.
Farmers grow 70% more corn per ounce of fertilizer than just 35 years ago.
The energy to grow a bushel of corn has dropped by 37% over the past 30 years.
Farmers have cut soil erosion by 44% through new tillage methods.
This is sustaining innovation, and it's how Nebraska corn farmers are growing more with less. On the web at nebraskacorn.org.
This is Mike. Mike likes his car. Mike likes to save money. And Mike likes to breathe. So Mike fills up with E15 with 15% American ethanol. The clean octane in E15 gives Mike the performance he wants from his engine and the clean air he wants for his family. Better yet, E15 costs less at the pump. Higher octane, cleaner air, lower cost. E15 sure gives Mike a lot to like.
For locations near you, go to huskerfuel.com.
And it is an extended halftime because it is their final home game. The Alliance Band giving a nice rendition of several songs there to entertain the crowd, heavily bundled up because of the temperatures out there. We're going to take just a moment and thank the sponsors that we have that help to bring us the ball games. Team Auto Center with the key to the game. Starting lineups are brought to you by Western Nebraska Community College. Our kickoff brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza, 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. Of course, Westco sponsors our scoreboard. At halftime, when we looked at the numbers, I should have mentioned this one. It's brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. And then in the postgame, Runza caters that for us. And we also have the player of the game, which is brought to you by Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gering. And, of course, when you want to listen to the game later on or view it, whatever the case, that comes to you on the podcast page at kneb.com, brought to you by First State Bank of Scottsbluff and Gering. I'm in the Logos broadcast booth, as we are forever and a day, have been with their great sponsorship over the years on KNEB, bringing us some of the different things we have going on, whether it's softball, volleyball, basketball, football, Legion baseball, the Western Pioneers baseball, all of that coming up. And I'd like to remind you also, you need the KNEB Sports app to keep up on things. I'll be going over that in a moment to look at some of the Panhandle scores that we have coming up. It is the go-to sports app with the latest news and live scores. Plus, you can watch kneb.tv and listen to KNEB Radio Sports right in the app. Download the sports app in the Apple or Google Play Store, or you can go to kneb.com under the sports tab and get that. Well, long enough. Let's go ahead and take a look at what scores we do have in here. Now in the fourth quarter, Medicine Valley clinging to a 6-point lead, 30-24 over Garden County. Also fourth quarter, Sutherland 38 and Kimball 12 in an 8-man matchup. Paxton 6-man 66-12 over Layton Banner County. That is not final according to what we have here, but some of these could have gone final and we just don't have an update as of yet. Hyannis is trailing Hay Springs 31-24. That's showing as a third quarter score. Mitchell, after a short-lived lead, is trailing Shadron 40-6 at halftime. Other scores, Sidney at half leading Chase County 7-6. Bayard leading Perkins County at halftime in Grant, game being played down there, 34-20. Here, of course, 37-7, Scottsbluff leading Alliance. Hemingford all over Morrill at halftime, 58-6. We have no score in on South Platte and Creek Valley. Arthur County is leading Crawford. That's still showing as a first quarter. We haven't had an update for some time. It's 16-0. And if you're ready for this one, Minutair, only the one loss on the year. They put up 98 points today in winning 98-14 over Potter Dix. Cody Kilgore defeated Sioux County 61-26. And I think now we have a final on the McCook game, 61-12 over Gering. They're 9-0 coming into Scottsbluff next week. Gordon Rushville defeated Bridgeport 26-22 in a hard-fought game that went back and forth. Now to look at some of the Wyoming scores. Wright beat Southeast 36-7 in Wyoming. It was Burns, Wyoming, 54. Newcastle, 8. Trying to look at some others here. We have Bighorn shutting out Niobrara County at halftime, 49-0 in Wyoming. Torrington leading Worland 21-7. That was a halftime score we haven't seen an update for a while on. And let's see if there was another. Yes, we have Upton Sundance defeating Pine Bluffs 35-14. And Wheatland 55. Moorcroft 15. See, Burns over Newcastle 54-8. And we already reported on Wright over Southeast 36-7. So I think we've gotten you updated on all of the scores in the Panhandle and in eastern Wyoming. We are awaiting the teams to come back out. They will have the 3-minute warm-up period after that coming up. So we're still a little ways from the third quarter getting underway. At 37-7, it is not a running clock. 35 plus is the demarcation point for when the running clock would start. So it'll be normal football here in the third quarter as Scottsbluff leads 37-7 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Well, we still have another half of football here at Alliance. It'll be their final home game of the year. They'll be in Lexington next week to finish up, and barring an improbable comeback, they will be 1-2, needing to win that game to be 2-2 in the district and finish above 500, which could get them in with the playoff points setting pretty close amongst a lot of teams. That after an 0-9 season last year. So credit to Coach Chris Seabaum and his team, particularly the seniors and their leadership, of course, in getting things turned around. Scottsbluff 7-0, looking like they're on the way to 8-0, and a matchup with McCook next week. Coming into this week in the Omaha World Herald, McCook was second behind Omaha Scott. Scott won last night on a Thursday night game pretty handily. and Scottsbluff ranked 4th in Class B. Be interesting to see with the matchup coming as to whether they might move up. But York, who lost 2 games earlier in the year, the defending state champs, has been rated very high this year because obviously they are a good team. The teams they lost to were rated teams. Again tomorrow, Husker football, pregame at 5 on 960 AM. We also have the translator at 100.3 if you'd like to listen there. 5 o'clock for the pregame on that one. 9:15 on 94.1 The Brand with kickoff at 10 on ABC. Then also tomorrow we'll have Wisconsin and Michigan. That'll be on 9:60 a.m. May join in progress depending on how long the Husker postgame shows go. And Husker volleyball tomorrow night. They lost their first game in the Big Ten to Minnesota at home earlier this week. Then turned around, or last week it was, technically on Saturday. Then they turned around and beat Indiana. They'll be at Penn State tomorrow. Pregame at 5:30 Mountain Time. Opening serve at 6 o'clock. And then they still have 3 more road trips against top 10 opponents, all in the league. Sunday, NASCAR Me Cup Series, the 1000bulbs.com 500 at Talladega. Pregame at 11 o'clock on 94.1 The Brand. We have NFL football. Boy, do we have NFL football. Sunday, Broncos entertain the LA Rams, 9:60 a.m. pregame at noon. We'll follow that up with the Sunday night game, Kansas City at New England, 9:60 a.m. We'll have that, 5:30 pregame, kick at 6. And Monday night football, San Francisco's at Green Bay. Again, a 5:30 start on that one with kick at 6 o'clock on 9:60 a.m. Then into high school play on Tuesday, some volleyball. Gering's at Sydney on 9:60 a.m. Pregame at 5:45, opening serve at 6. And on 101.7 The Trail, Scottsbluff will be up here in Alliance, 6:45 pregame with opening serve at 7 o'clock. And then the Broncos play 2 games next week. They've got the Thursday night game. They're at Arizona to take on the Cardinals, pregame at 4 on 9:60 a.m. Thursday night, we will have volleyball for you also. Bridgeport at Gering. That'll be on KNEB.TV. And Scottsbluff is at Torrington on 101.7 The Trail. And then Friday night, as we said, McCook at Scottsbluff. The big one there, Chris Cottrell will have it on 101.7 The Trail and KNEB.TV. And Shadron at Gering to finish the regular season. Jeff Kelly on 9:60 a.m. for that one. Well, Alliance received the opening kickoff, so it'll be Scottsbluff's turn here as we get ready for the second half of play. A field goal on the final play of the first half by Scottsbluff made it 37-7, and now they receive the kickoff as Siza will kick it away from the north 40-yard line. His approach and the kick. Short one to the 15-yard line. Reifschneider finds a wall, gets by one man, and is now going to be tripped up on what may have saved a touchdown by Corbin Stark. So Reifschneider with a nice return, and 6 seconds into the third quarter of play, Scottsbluff will have the ball at their own 40-yard line, first down, and 10 yards to go. Ball's on the right hash mark. Harsh, the quarterback. Overloaded to the right side. Busby is on his left side. And it will be a handoff to Busby. Busby breaks a tackle and has 5 out of the play to the 45-yard line. Be second down, 5 to go. Busby now with 88 yards. He needs 98 to break 1,000. Second down, 5 yards to go. Scottsbluff opening possession, third quarter. Diolos is in the backfield now. Harsh, Busby also. And Kroll, the wingback. They'll give it to him. Gets a nice seal block by Busby and sprints down the sideline. 30, cuts back in. Now in a foot race is going to elude the tacklers. Count it. Touchdown, Scottsbluff, as they go with that wingback reverse or sweep, whichever you want to call it. And Jacob Kroll has scored on the second play of the third quarter of play, he goes 55 yards and now has 93 in the ball game. And Scottsbluff now ahead 43-7 with Walker to attempt the PAT. High center snap the first time. After that, snaps have been good, and they kick right through the middle. So our score, with 11:09 to go in the third quarter, 44-7 Scottsbluff on the West Coast scoreboard.
Being an Allo customer just got even better. 3 times better, in fact. We've tripled our standard internet speed from 100 to 300 megs at no additional cost to you. This isn't one of those limited time offers that will melt away either. 3 times the streaming, 3 times the gaming, 3 times the uploading, all for the same price. Why? Because we love our customers. Allo, no gimmicks, no limits, no kidding, and still no contracts.
Why should you come out to Double O Country Store in Banner County? Because we serve locally raised beef, chicken, and bison, and our hamburger buns, cabbage burgers, and pies are homemade every day. Breakfast is served daily from 8 to 11, with all-you-can-eat pancakes on Saturday. Or join us Friday nights for Burger Fest. Choose from 6 specialty burgers or build your own. And for dessert, make sure you save room for one of our homemade milkshakes. We are worth the drive here at Double L Country Store on Highway 71, just 10 minutes south of the Wildcats.
The run-up and the kick. Heemstra driven back to the goal line, and he stepped on the goal line, and in high school play, that's an automatic touchback, and the ball will be placed at the 20-yard line for Alliance. That last drive by Scottsbluff, 2 plays, 60 yards, 45 seconds. And now with the score 44-7, we are in the situation where the clock should start running, and it does as Alliance comes up over the football. Heemstra will go to the left, double receivers right. Dubray has backs on both sides. Here he comes, and it's a handoff to Bauer. Looked for a moment like he was going to break free, and the closing speed of the Scottsbluff defense was just incredible. Cameron Geary led the charge there. Bauer will gain a couple of yards to the 22-yard line, where it's second down and 8 yards to go for Alliance. Looked like Bauer was by the blitzing linebacker, but only a 2-yard gain on the play. Double receivers right, 1 left on 2nd and 8. Dubray in the shotgun. Hands it off. This time, a broken tackle is going to result in some yardage for Bauer. He'll go from the 22 to the 25-yard line. Had to wait a moment to see where he placed it down. So third down, 5 yards to go. Bauer 6 carries, 5 yards in the game. He's had 1 for no gain, 1 for a loss of 3, and that 3-yarder was his longest gain of the night, after putting up 3 touchdowns last week, coming in for the injured Kyson Harris. Third down, medium, rolling out right, in trouble, and going down back inside the 15-yard line will be Dubray as the tackle, Joe McLeod, gets to him. Excuse me, that will be, fourth down, as the tackle made clear back at the 14-yard line. An 11-yard loss, and fourth down, 16. This will be the 7th punt by Jensen tonight. Barring a muff, Scottsbluff should have excellent position. Not much of a rush. He thumps it away. It'll be taken by Reif Schneider at the 45, sprints up the right side, cuts through the defense, makes another man miss a tackle, has it down to the 5. The ball's fumbled. It goes into the end zone. It's recovered by Scottsbluff. It will be a touchdown. So the Scottsbluff team finds another way to score in the game. The punt, 31 yards. Roars recovers for the touchdown after the Reifschneider return of about 42 yards before it was knocked away. And Luke Rohr will score the touchdown for Scottsbluff. Low snap, handled well, and the kick by Walker is booted through. And our score escalates to 51-7 with 8:36 to go in the third on the West Coast scoreboard.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
Local lending. We're here for you from start to finish. Keeping money in our economy, supporting local jobs, giving back to our community, investing in entrepreneurship, making our quiet towns a destination. At Platte Valley Bank, we support local because we are local.
It looked like Scottsbluff was going to score on a punt return, but it was fumbled, then recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. They also have a kickoff return for a touchdown, and now lead at 51-7. Here's the kick, and it's not Escamilla this time. Bounces, taken at about the 7 by Heemstra. Near side, cuts back in and is going to be hog-tied down inside the 20-yard line. Heemstra has been pretty well defended tonight other than one pass, but he couldn't hang on to that one, unfortunately, for Alliance. And at the 19-yard line, it'll be taken over by Alliance with 8:14 to go. Running clock in effect because of the 51-7 lead. And as we reported earlier, it was McCook all over Gering to remain unbeaten on the year. So these teams will meet up next week at 8-0 on the year. It should be a great one. Join us on KNB if you can't. Now the Heemstra pulled down and the ball came out, but I believe he is ruled down. Heemstra made the catch. We talked about he'd been held in containment, but boy, that time Dubray gets it, and it's then fumbled after Heemstra had it, and I think they're ruling it Scottsbluff's ball, but let's wait and see for sure here. So 19 to the 37 would be an 18-yard gain, a first down, the 6th for Alliance, but a fumble, and Scottsbluff has the ball at the 37-yard line. Keeping the ball after the fake to Diolos will be Paris Magdaleno, the backup quarterback. So remember, a running clock going now. Magdaleno's first carry will be to the 30-yard line. Second down, 3 yards to go. Magdaleno becomes the 5th ball carrier for Scottsbluff on the night. Just over 7 minutes to go. Magdaleno at quarterback. Diolos, a running back. Brandon Hernandez also in the backfield. It'll be Diolos. Hesitation move, and he's got the first down with yardage to spare. So he will carry the ball to the 23-yard line. A 7-yard pickup for Diolos. He's had a pair of 7-yarders in the game. And it will be the 14th first down for Scottsbluff in the game. Ball's on the right hash. We're at 6:20, the clock running. Magdaleno, the backup quarterback, sets him down, takes the snap. He'll run it himself. Nice quick move back inside as the outside was cut off, and he will pick up some positive yardage to the 20 for a gain of 3. Second down, 7 yards to go. With 5 minutes and 52 seconds to go. Scottsbluff in the third quarter leading it 51-7. Double tight ends, nobody flanked out in the backfield, just power football here. It'll be Diolos, and Diolos lowers his shoulder, carries people with him for another first down. The 15th first down for Scottsbluff in the game. They had 12 at halftime. That'll be to the 9-yard line, so Diolos gets 11. It's first down, goal to go at the 9 of Alliance. Mostly second teamers in as I look up and down the line. Diolos doesn't start on offense, does on defense. Magdaleno, the same thing. Here's Magdaleno. Oh, he spins out of a tackle and gets it down close. Now just a rugby scrum, and the whistle will finally halt the play at about the 2-yard line. That was pretty tough running by Paris Magdaleno, who goes all of 5'9" and 165. Inside 4.5 minutes to go. Third quarter, running clock. Diolos still in as a running back. Looks like Ethan Hawley, one of the other backs in there this time. Magdaleno around the right side, dances out, now tries to cut back in, and the Alliance pursuit is there. So Magdaleno is denied on second down. Looks like he's going to lose a couple on the play. So it's third down, goal to go. Nearing 3.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Ball near the right hash mark, wide side will be to the left. Magdaleno glanced over his shoulder at the clock. Now takes the snap, gives it to Diolos, and Diolos will be in for the touchdown. Diolos scores on the 7th play of the drive. This one from 4 yards out, and that'll make it 57-7 with the PAT to come. So we're still in the third quarter. Clock does stop on scoring plays. Diolos adds his name to the list of people to score, and Jacob Huck will be in to attempt the PAT this time. Huck is 5 out of 6 on PATs, and now make it 6 out of 7. So our score with 3:10 to go, third quarter of play, is Scottsbluff 58, Alliance 7 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stCenturyEquipment.com.
Have you heard the exciting news? Western Nebraska Regional Airport will be offering flights with United Airlines operated by SkyWest beginning January 30th, 2018. What's even better? You'll get to earn and use your United points. Reservations with United are now available, plus all United miles can be earned and redeemed with all flights. While you're at Western Nebraska Regional Airport, grab a bite to eat at the Flight Deck restaurant, plus Hearst Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. So make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Escamilla is back in to kick for Scottsbluff. 3:10 remaining third quarter. He'll boot the ball near side. Heemstra tracks it down at the 2. Comes up the near side, 20, and is going to be swarmed under at the 20-yard line. Heemstra, quite an athlete. If you've ever seen him on the basketball floor, you know that. And he was a man that the Scottsbluff defense felt they had to pay a lot of attention to. Spotted at the 21-yard line, first down, 10 yards to go. So Alliance on offense, they have that one touchdown in the second quarter when they moved the ball very efficiently against the Scottsbluff defense. At that point, it made it 27-7. But since then, we've had 31 more points by Scottsbluff. Dubray has trips left, one to the right, running back behind him. Fake to him, in trouble, throwing the ball as he's hit, and it's over Heemstra's hands by about 6 inches. Dubray under extreme pressure there. It goes incomplete. He's 6 out of 17. That's his first pass of the second half. And it'll be second down, 10 yards to go from the Alliance 21-yard line. We're inside 2 minutes to go, third quarter. This time 2 receivers to each side. Wide side is the left. Dubray looks his team over. They're set. Here come the linebackers. He'll have to be flushed to the left. Dubray has run it well, and he will be thrown out of bounds. Ball was pulled out, but it went out of bounds as Connor McCracken made the tackle. Nice one-on-one tackle against a guy who has had some success breaking out of containment. That'll be a gain to the 23-yard line. Third down, 8 yards to go. We're at 1 minute and 5 seconds to go now. Third down, 8. Trips right. Ball's on the left hash. So that is the wide side of the field. Linebackers are coming again, and he's hit and goes down. Dubray will be knocked down inside the 20-yard line at the 18. A loss of 5. It'll be fourth down and 13 yards to go. And this time we'll have a couple of different returners back for Scottsbluff. One I see is Kevin Price, and again it should be pretty good field position for Scottsbluff on what could be the final play of the quarter. Token rush, low kick that will bound and takes a tremendous Alliance roll down to the 40-yard line. So that punt ends up going 42 yards, no return. And Scottsbluff, with no time on the clock, will take over as we go to the fourth quarter. Going to the fourth, Scottsbluff 58, Alliance 7 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Being an Allo customer just got even better. 3 times better, in fact. We've tripled our standard internet speed from 100 to 300 megs at no additional cost to you. This isn't one of those limited time offers that will melt away either. 3 times the streaming, 3 times the gaming, 3 times the uploading, all for the same price. Why? Because we love our customers. Allo, no gimmicks, no limits, no kidding, and still no contracts.
We go to the fourth quarter of play. Scottsbluff will have it at their own 40. They now move left to right, north to south. Looks like Magdaleno still the quarterback. He'll hand it away to his running back, Walker, in trouble, and he'll go down for a loss of 1. Leading the charge was Bailey Hood for Alliance. Loss of 1 makes it second down, 11 yards to go for Scottsbluff. So that'll be the first carry for Walker in the ball game. Second and 11, ball on the right hash mark. Ethan Hawley, one of the wingbacks this time. He'll take the snap, trying to race around the other side, and he's going to lose slight bit of yardage. Maybe a yard, maybe just a half yard. Nope, it'll be a yard loss. So third down and 12 from the 38-yard line. So Hawley, his first carry, ends up in a 1-yard loss. Clock is running, of course, with the 35-point plus margin. That new quarterback in there now, too, and he's going to be brought down right away. So there will be no gain on that one. Actually gained about a yard on the play the way it looks. So it's going to be fourth down, 11 to go, and for the second time in the game, a punt by Scottsbluff. Geary is going to be the punter. Geary averaging just under 35 yards, had a 32-yarder the first time. And he'll hit this one off the toe. It'll bound, take a roll, and get inside the 33-yard line, but that's about it. So that's going to be a 29-yard punt and no return. So 2 punts on the night for Scottsbluff. Alliance will have the ball with 9.5 minutes to go in the contest. It's 58-7, Scottsbluff on top, and Alliance starts from their own 33-yard line. And we've got new players in for Alliance here also. The quarterback is McLean Adamson, and he'll hand it away to Peyton Hudson. Or is that 22 Keegan Grant, perhaps? It's going to be a loss of 1, bringing up second down and 11. We'll check numbers as we can here. As again, Adamson, a senior, getting some snaps in his final home game. It was number 22 who carried that time, Keegan Grant. Now the quarterback scrambling, has it over the 35. The pile continues to move. The 40, the 45, and it's enough for a first down. So it'll be first down and 10 as the quarterback Adamson showing some grit and determination there. He carried from the 32 to the 45-yard line. They've spotted it down there. I thought maybe he was a little past that, but that'll be 13 on the play for his first carry of the night. And a first down, the 7th for Alliance. In the shotgun, linebackers are coming, and he's eluding the tackle. Adamson coming to the side. He's got the first down and is into Scottsbluff territory. He's inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. That'll be a 17-yard pickup this time. Adamson in 2 carries has 30 yards. Well, we'll have to back that off 1. They spot it now at the 39. So 29 yards in 2 carries. It's another first down, 7th and 8th on consecutive snaps. And Adamson, who escaped the tackler, has to throw hurriedly, and the ball was tipped. Looked like it might be a catchable ball for Corbin Stark, and Scottsbluff knocked it away. So it'll be second down 10 yards to go. That's the first pass for Adamson in the ball game. 2nd and 10. 6:40 clock running, of course, because of the 35-point differential, 35-plus point differential. Scottsbluff 58 and Alliance 7. Stick around. We'll have the Runs of Postgame show, stats, and visit with the coach. Adamson takes the snap. He'll give it away up the middle. Big gain here, and it'll be inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal for Alliance. That was Kevin Castillo carrying that time. Castillo Rios. And it's 1st down again for Alliance. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line for Alliance. 5:49 to go. Wideouts to both sides, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Linebackers are coming. Adamson is hit, and this time won't be able to elude them, as that was timed perfectly by the linebackers for Scottsbluff, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and goal to go. Loss on the play to the 14-yard line. 7-yard loss for Adamson this time. So 2nd down from the 14. Just over 5 minutes to go. Clock running, of course, other than on scores, timeouts, injuries, things of that sort. Adamson has 2 backs with him. He looks, dumps it on a swing pass to the near side, and slung down at the 10-yard line will be Corbin Stark, and he's a little slow to get up. Hobbling slightly, wants to come out, but at least he comes out under his own power. That'll be a 4-yard pickup. Stark with his first reception. That'll be the first completion for Adamson. He's 1 for 2 for 4. And it brings up 3rd down from the 10-yard line. Scottsbluff and Alliance both with lots of reserves in the ball game right now. Backs on both sides of Adamson. He'll hand it away. Big hole up the middle, and Castillo Rios will score on the play. So he has the 2nd touchdown for Alliance. This one coming from 10 yards out. He's had a couple of nice carries in this one. So he had a, would have been a 31-yarder. And then the 10-yarder for the TD. So Alliance, with 4 minutes to go in the ball game, scoring their 2nd. And that makes it 58-13 pending the PAT. Siza, the sophomore kicker for Alliance. Ball's on the tee, and the kick is true as always. He's very accurate. So the kick is good. That makes our score 58-14 Scottsbluff on the West Coast scoreboard.
Buyers Realty has been helping people in the community find their dream home since 1994. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, our friendly staff will put in the work to help you reach the finish line. We also do property management for buildings in Scottsbluff, Gering, and beyond. You can find an extensive list of our properties by visiting our website at callbuyersrealty.com. Or you can visit our Scottsbluff offices on Avenue B, right next to Bumper to Bumper. Panhandle's best, Buyers Realty. Community strong, community proud. We have what you're looking for.
My big secret for designing a quality kitchen on a budget is J&K Cabinetry. They have all the great standard features that my clients love. Solid wood doors and frames, soft close doors and drawers, dovetail joinery. The quality is amazing. J&K Cabinetry has 17 beautiful locations, sells directly to designers, contractors, and dealers, and provides plenty of options for a semi-custom look. But the most important thing is having a satisfied client and just seeing how much they love their kitchen. J&K Cabinetry, a new kitchen around you.
ZM Lumber in Scottsbluff, your local headquarters for J&K Cabinetry.
As Siza approaches the football, and a strong boot, and it gets into the end zone, so that'll be an automatic touchback. Scottsbluff will start at the 20-yard line, leading at 58-14, 4 minutes to go in the next to last game of the year, the last home game for Alliance. And this is the first game in the past, 3 or 4 for Scottsbluff where they've given up more than single digit in points. All kinds of reserves in for Scottsbluff now, the way it looks. Walker trying to avoid 2 different defenders, couldn't, and he will go down. Caleb Walker, the junior running back for Scottsbluff, will carry for a gain of 1 on the play. So second down, 9 yards to go from the 21-yard line. Scottsbluff taking their time in the huddle, of course. The coach is sending a play out via the signals. Ball's on the right hash mark, wide side to the left, but it's double tights, no flankers. It's a run formation for sure. Holly, the wingback again. High snap, but handled nicely. And it's going to be a first down for Scottsbluff. Out to the 37 or 8. See where they spot it. It'll be the 38. And unfortunately, on my roster, I don't have a number 10. So we're just going to have to go with whoever that is. But gaining from the 21 to the 38, a 17-yard pickup. And it will be another first down. The 16th for Scottsbluff in the game. Again, taking a lot of time in the huddle. We're inside 2.5 minutes to go. And they could probably just start kneeling down on it if they want, but I think these guys trying to get some game experience here so they can be ready in future years. Now the ball is fumbled as it came out of the hands of Ethan Hawley, and a big scramble, and Alliance has come up with it. So Alliance with the first turnover caused in the ball game. So it will be inside 2 minutes to go when Alliance has the ball in the best field position they've had to start a drive all night long, the Scottsbluff 35-yard line. They have to hurry because the clock is running, of course, and it looks like some other players coming in for Alliance as Chris Seabaum trying to get some other varsity experience here for his kids. Adamson, the quarterback yet. First down at the Scottsbluff 35-yard line. Adamson hands it away, and that'll be Castillo Rios again. He's going to have it to the 30-yard line. So second down, 5 yards to go. We're at a minute to go now in the ball game. Probably a couple of plays for Alliance, and that's it, unless they would take a timeout, trying to put some more points up here. They have 7 in the fourth quarter, but trail it 58-14. Adamson on a counter play and sprinting around the corner again. Good yardage, and taking it in for the touchdown is Keegan Grant. So Grant scores from 30 yards out. He has the touchdown. That does stop the clock with 32 seconds to go. Grant, just a youngster out there, a sophomore, 170-pounder. Made that one look pretty impressive. So 32 seconds remain. PAT to come, but as you would expect here in a situation like this, you've got a lot of different people hurrying in and out, so it might take just a bit. Siza on the PAT again. And again, he puts it through. So with 32 seconds to go, it's 58-21, Scottsbluff leading. We'll keep it here just to wrap this one up. Grant, nice run there, scored from 30 yards out. It's going to take a little while to recap the scoring in this one, I can certainly tell you that. Scottsbluff has not scored in the fourth quarter, but certainly didn't need to. Alliance has put up 14 here in the quarter. Done a nice job with their youngsters coming in and showing the coaches what they can do. So getting ready again. It's a familiar name in athletics here in Alliance. Creighton Siza. His sister Emerson going to Wyoming to play volleyball next year. She's had an outstanding career here at Alliance. And of course, it's not over as of yet. They'll probably host the sub-district just in a couple of weeks. Kick spirals downfield to the 15-yard line. And a return to the 26-yard line, and that will probably be the final play of the ball game. So Shoemaker, and we do have a penalty flag, so that does. Well, no, I guess it was just the football was being used as a marker there. So it's at the 26-yard line, and that's going to be it as the clock will expire. And Scottsbluff unbeaten into their game with McCook next week as they will go 8-0 against 8-0 McCook. It's going to take a little while on the totaling here. Hope the cold weather hasn't affected my calculator too much because it might take a little while. But we'll be back with the Runza postgame show after this. Our final score again, Scottsbluff 58, Alliance 21 on the Wesco scoreboard.
This is Jane. She thinks she's just filling her car, but she's also filling the air with cancer-causing toxic chemicals used to boost octane in gas. What doesn't burn in the engine enters the air and your lungs, even your heart and brain. Bad for everyone, especially kids. Ethanol is a natural octane booster, clean burning and non-toxic. More ethanol means less scary stuff in our gas and in the air we breathe. And that makes your choice pretty plain, Jane.
For locations near you, go to huskerfuel.com.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
Last school year, 17 students were honored as the Platte Valley Company's Star Student of the Week. Kids from Scottsbluff, Gering, Bridgeport, Bayard, Mitchell, and Banner County received winning nominations, and with the new school year underway, it's once again time for the public to nominate deserving K-12 students to be the next Star Student of the Week. How do you get your nomination in? Just go to pvbank.com, fill out the nomination form, and watch KNEB.TV News every Friday during the school year to see if your star student was selected.
Our roots are right here in this area. We're local. Many of us were born and raised in the communities that we serve. Because of that, we make our decisions right here at the bank. Some places have local branches. We have local roots. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, And even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
2-21 final. Scottsbluff winning the ball game over Alliance to go 8-0 on the season. They'll meet up with 8-0 McCook next week. So that should be quite a game at Scottsbluff's Bearcats Stadium. Chris Cottrell will have it on 101.7 The Trail and on KNEB.TV if you're unable to attend. But that one we would recommend you attend if at all possible. Let's take a look at the individual numbers in this one. First, for Alliance, quarterback Trevor DeBray ended up with 9 carries, a -4 as he was sacked a couple of times. Bauer, 6 carries for 5 yards. Folkert had 1 carry for 3. Grant, 2 carries for 29 plus a touchdown. Adamson, the reserve quarterback, came in, 3 carries, 22 yards for him. Castillo-Rios had 3 carries, 46 yards in the game. Passing, DeBray was 6 out of 18, 68 yards. Adamson 1 out of 2 for 4 yards. The receptions, Jensen 2 for 57, a touchdown. Heemstra only the 1 catch for 5. He had 2 catches in that ball game because he had the one where the fumble resulted. So that would have been about 35. So Adamson would have had 34 yards in passing in the ball game. My error there. Stark, a reception for 4. Stenson, a reception for 3. Bauer, 2 for 3 in the ball game. So that ends up on the total a little better for Alliance. They'll be at 102 passing in the ball game. So we'll finish at 203 total offense. We'll have the comparison coming up here shortly. Those are the individuals for Alliance. For Scottsbluff, Harsh, halftime totals were his. 6 carries, 57 yards, 2 touchdowns. Busby, pretty much the same, 1 carry in the second half, 16 for 88. Kroll, 5 carries, 93, including a touchdown. That a 55-yard dash. Then a player we didn't have on the roster, 2 carries, 18. We'll find out from the coach when he gets up here. Holly, 1 carry for a -1. Magdaleno, 4 for 15. Diolos, 4 for 29 and a touchdown. Walker had 2 carries for no yardage. Harsh, 4 for 11, 101 yards and a touchdown. Those were the only passes. Diolos, a 27-yard catch. Delzer, a 15-yard catch. And Reifschneider, a 59-yard catch for a touchdown. We've still got the comparison on the team totals coming up and a visit with the coach coming up also. So stick around. 58-21 Scottsbluff as you're listening to the Runza postgame show.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Across the state, every eye and ear is focused on one stadium where the sea of red is man-made. A place where every Saturday is a stage for our team, for our resolve, and for our values.
It's toughness, it's dedication, it's work ethic. That's what Nebraska is.
This is Husker Nation.
Welcome back on the Runza postgame show as Judd Hall, the offensive coordinator, will join me on the postgame now. And I know coaches always have to be looking for things to improve upon, but one that kind of leaps out at me, even I can figure out, even though you win 58-21, the penalties tonight, boy, some of them really drastic. You ended up 6 for 65. That was all at halftime. But the hidden yardage I always talk about. Busby had a run that a penalty 20 yards behind not only sets you back 15, but you lose that 20 yards that he gained also. So hidden yardage in penalties, Jed. Okay.
Absolutely. And then when you get into a game where field position plays a big role against a quality team, the penalties kill you. Whether you give them an extra 15 yards on a punt return, and now they have a shorter field, or you set yourself back inside the 20, and now you have to go 80 yards against a great defense. Those are the things that hurt you when you play a quality team, and that's something that we need to focus on and get rid of or get better at for next week when we finish with McCook.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk on that quality team in just a little bit. But you had some good things that went on tonight. Boy, I first time I've had a chance to see. I'm just the backup for Chris and Jeff and do some of the TV games for the area team. So I was just impressed by the closure speed of your defense out there. My gosh, they get to the football and the ball carrier quickly.
Yep, we have a lot of guys who can play different positions on defense, and we do a great job. Or Coach McLean, our defense coordinator, does a great job of putting them in positions where they don't have to think. They can just run and react to the ball as the play's going on. So I think it has a lot to do with our scheme, and then the athletes that we're able to put out there on the field that can run and tackle in space.
And offensively, you have a few of those athletes. Some play both ways. Some maybe just more on offense, like Harsh this year is the quarterback. Of course, he does play some defense, but boy, you've got some athletes on that side of the football.
Yes, we do. It makes it fun to call plays when you can give the ball to a number of different people, and they have the opportunity or they have the ability to make a big play happen for your team. So we have some great athletes that help us make up for some of our mistakes, and then help us win these games.
Yeah. I'll get to the totals here in a bit, but I had you unofficially 299 yards rushing, 101 passing. 400 in a high school ball game's not bad, because a lot of people don't realize 12-minute quarters, it's almost like only getting 80% of a college or a pro game in terms of time to put anything out there.
Yep, and that's a goal that we talk about with our offensive linemen. We don't let our skill guys know that that's what we're after, because they get all the glory and the name in the paper, everything like that anyways. But that's something we talk about with our offensive linemen, some of our goals offensively as a team. And it's great for those guys when we accomplish those goals, because that means they're doing the dirty work. They're doing the tough work up front for us.
Okay, you talked about a great team next week. McCook, obviously. I did say earlier, NSAA at times does some things I think are a little awkward. I think they got this one right. When McCook was moved to the Panhandle District, when Sydney dropped, putting Scottsbluff McCook as the final game of the regular season was definitely a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity for our kids. You know, it'll give us an opportunity to see where we're at right before we go into the playoffs. It's going to be a great test, a great challenge for us on actually in all three phases of the game, because they're so well coached in every aspect of the game. So we have to have a great game in the special teams area. We have to have a great offensive plan. We have to have a great defensive plan for McCook next week.
And, of course, you could very well meet up in the playoffs just a couple of weeks later, depending on how the points work out and where the bracket is.
Yep, absolutely. You know, and to be honest with you, I haven't even crunched any numbers yet to see where we're at, but because there seems to always be something that throws all those numbers out of line. But you know, it's exciting time to play football next week. Thankfully, it's at home. We can get them at home next week, so hopefully that's an advantage. And I want to encourage all our fans in Scottsbluff to come out and help us win next week. Have a great home field advantage, because it's going to be a special night, and I hope there's a lot of people there to witness it.
I agree, Jed. Thank you for stopping up. Congratulations on the unbeaten season to this point.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Judd Hall with us. We've got team comparisons coming up on stats. We've got to recap the scoring. There was a little bit of that in a 58-21 ball game. We'll be back with more on the Runza Postgame Show.
The leaves are turning and the temperatures are cooling, so it's time to come harvest the deals at the Viera Wireless Fall Savings Sale. Right now, get your family high-speed, truly unlimited mobile data for just $35 per line with 4 lines. Prices have never been lower for unlimited data. Plus, trade in your current phone and get up to $500 off the latest iPhone and Samsung models. Those are incredible savings on the most popular and advanced smartphones. Don't miss out on our Fall Savings Sale. Hurry into Viera today.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Well, welcome back to the Runza Postgame Show. Our numbers have been brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. Looking at the teams in comparison, Alliance had 101 yards rushing, 102 passing for 203. Scottsbluff, 299 rushing, 101 passing, 400 yards. 16 first downs for Scottsbluff, 10 for Alliance. Penalties, 6 for 65 on the Bearcats, 3 for 30 on the Bulldogs. Punts, 2, averaging 30.5 for Scottsbluff. Alliance, 7 punts, averaging 31. Turnovers, Scottsbluff had the 1. On third down conversions, 4 out of 7 for Scottsbluff, 3 out of 9 for Alliance, and Scottsbluff converted their only fourth down attempt of the ball game, so they were 1 for 1. By quarters, it was 14-0 Scottsbluff, 23-7 in the second, so 37-7 at halftime. 21-0 in the third, Scottsbluff, 58-7, and then 14-0 Alliance in the fourth to get us our final of 58-21. Recapping scoring, 4:56 to go, first quarter. Harsh from a yard out, kick was blocked, 6-0. 2:29 to go in the first. Harsh, a 48-yard run, a double extra point run, made it 14-0. That was a 3-play, 44-yard drive in 56 seconds. The first one of the longest of the game. 11 plays, 52 yards, 5:37 to go. In the second quarter, 10 seconds in, Harsh to Reifschneider, a 59-yard pass. Kick was good. Took a minute for a 3-play, 60-yard drive, and it was 21-0. Still second, 7:14 to go. Busby scored from 13 yards out. Kick was no good. A 9-play, 70-yard drive. Took 2 minutes, 50 seconds. It was 27-0. Then Alliance got on the board as Dubray to Jensen. 28-yard pass, 9-play, 76 yards, a minute 52. Great clock management late in the half by Dubray. It was 27-7. But on the ensuing kickoff, Busby returns it 90, maybe 91 yards for a touchdown, 34-7 on the kick, and there was still 2:28 to go. And then on the final play of the half, Walker, a 29-yard field goal, so 37-7 at halftime. Kroll scored in the third quarter, not even a minute into the third, from 55 yards out. 2-play, 60-yard drive, 45 seconds. It was 44-7, and the running clock was on. Then 8:36 to go third. Rohr, a fumble recovery after Reifschneider had returned a punt down to about the 5, maybe even inside the 5, and it was fumbled away. He recovered in the end zone, 51-7 after a successful kick. And to round out the Scottsbluff scoring, Diolos, a 4-yard run with 3:10 to go in the third. Kick was good. It was 58-7, a 7-play, 63-yard drive, taking 4.5 minutes off the clock. And then Alliance got a couple. Castillo Rios scored. The kick was good. It was 58-14 with 4 minutes to go. And then with 32 seconds to go, Grant scored from 30 yards out. Kick was good. And that gives us our final of 58-21. We still have to bring you our Taco John's Player of the Game. That's coming up next here on the Runza Postgame Show.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes high-performance lubricants and fuel improvers. We've been helping customers improve their operations for over 80 years with products made in the USA.
We sell directly to customers and cut out the middleman and offer excellent service and value. Our products last longer and work better so that you spend less time maintaining equipment and more time making money. Whether you're in a factory, farm, fleet, or food processing facility, Hydrotex can help you. Visit hydrotexoil.com or call 308-635-8162.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience. Locate a dealer at biggreenegg.com.
Welcome back one final time here at Alliance. Scottsbluff winning at 58-21 to go 8-0. I'll have McCook next week, who is also 8-0. Alliance 4-4 will be at Lexington. They're 1-2 in the district. Need a win to have a chance to make the playoffs. And it's time now for us to bring you the player of the game, brought to you by Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gering. Make Taco John's a game day tradition by unwrapping the original before or after every game. We're going with quarterback Sebastian Harsh tonight. Scored the first 2 touchdowns of the ball game and got Scottsbluff off on that running start. He had 57 yards and 6 carries all at halftime. He was 4 of 11 for 101 yards and a touchdown pass. He is our player of the game. So speaking for our producer-engineer, TJ Albright, along with our camera operators, Jayton Cranmore, Jonas Pfeiffer, and Joshua Hedleston, I'm Chuck Swartz, thanking you for watching, wishing you a good evening, reminding you again the final score, 58-21, Scottsbluff.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Care Heilbrunn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Care Heilbrunn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
Monument Mall has been a huge part of the commercial retail market that has served the Scottsbluff-Gering area for well over 2 decades. Many have the misconception that leasing or renting a retail commercial space at Monument Mall is not affordable. On the contrary, our retail spaces have never been more affordable than now. Often having several spaces to choose from for rental or lease options, we have kiosks and retail merchandising units available for your needs to help your business thrive. So don't hesitate. Feel free to give us a call. For more information, please contact Krista Pelster, our property manager, at 308-632-6000.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Now at Arby's, you can get 30 euros for $90. Or for those who aren't trying to cater a Greek family reunion, they're 2 for $6.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches.
Nash Nights Live, Did You Know? Brought to you by Napa. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Nash Nights Live.
KNEB 94.1. This time of year, we will get a few reminders to change our smoke alarm batteries. But what about the alarms themselves? They don't last forever. If your smoke alarm is more than 10 years old, replace it today with Kidda's Worry-Free Alarms. A sealed-in lithium battery offers non-stop power for 10 years. No low battery chirps and no battery changes. Starting at under $25, get the right alarm for the right location at the right price. Kidda Worry-Free Alarms. Technology that saves lives.
This flu season, one Walgreens flu shot can make a world of difference. So you can protect yourself and also your close-talking coworkers, high-fiving neighbors, 2-month-old niece. That's why Walgreens has specially trained pharmacists that have provided over 60 million flu shots since 2010. Stop by for your flu shot today with a $0 copay with most insurance. Because protecting the world starts with protecting yours. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Taco John's presents Olay the Day Pep Talks.
Boys, this halftime score is not indicative of our talent level. We're a lot closer than I thought we'd be, and old coach has just the thing to get us over the hump. Street tacos from Taco John's. You can get them with chicken or new sirloin steak or pork carnitas. That's a triple option of awesomeness. Let's go get some.
Get 3 street tacos for just $5 at Taco John's.
Hustle up, boys. If we leave now, we can be back for the fourth quarter.
Olay the Day at Taco John's.
Are you tired of all the noise and stress? Here's what peace of mind sounds like in your new Clary building. This peace of mind moment is brought to you by Clary Building Corp. We protect what you value. Visit clarybuilding.com today and let our amazing employees give you peace of mind in a new building from Clary Building Corp.
Clary built with pride before the shamrock supplied.
Say it isn't so. The days are getting shorter and colder, so it's time to put the golf clubs and cars away for the winter. JC Golf Cars is here to help. Call today to schedule a mobile service team to winterize your electric golf car. Check your battery levels, clean corrosion on terminals and cables, apply battery terminal protectant, and initiate a charge cycle. All for just $49.95 plus 50 cents per mile outside Scottsbluff and Gering. Call our on-site service team today. JC Golf Cars, 633-4639.
Indeed knows it's hard to find qualified candidates when you're hiring.
It's like finding a unicorn.
But when you post your job on Indeed, it's easy to find people with the skills you need.
Nurse practitioner, 4+ years experience, acute care certification.
Indeed has a huge pool of amazing candidates and screener tools that help you find your most qualified applicants.
Whoa, an entire short